smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
And so the Bears are sending their compensatory fourth-round pick to Jacksonville for Nick Foles.
Keeping it 100.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100. Keeping it 100, baby.
Open competition.
Keeping it 100. Smartest man.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Chicago Bears sweat. Cold commit.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. The dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now they're moused up like the true and now and laters. Debaters, stars get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sack strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. 100's what we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the upstairs. The tape never lies, the truth you see, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Max Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
This is Kenneth Davis from the Under Center Podcast and That Davis Show on Keeping It 100 with Phil and Shayne, and you are listening to the Tape Never Lies Network.
This is Rasheed Davis, former Chicago Bears wide receiver. Yeah, that guy. You're on the Tape Never Lies Network, and we keep it 100.
The following show is for mature audiences only. Shy City Sports. Previously on Keeping It 100.
Can you hear me, baby?
You look like Ted Phillips.
Bear down, baby, bear down. What's up?
Houston,
Man, hell with Ted Phillips. He should be ran out of town.
A real collaborative environment here.
Ted Phillips should be ran out of town. Replacing Nagy. Hey, man, keeping it 100. The tape never lies, baby. The Tape Never Lies Network. I want to tell all you Bear mates out there, this is the place to be when you want to get funky with the Bear facts,
I
baby.
want to holler at you for a minute, so I'm happy to be on here. Shout out to all you guys, man. Shout out to this crew you got here, man. And all these the energy y'all got. All right, I feel it.
Keeping it 100. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's good to be here. It's not good to be a Bears fan. What you want?
So we have a real collaborative environment here.
You see what our favorite football team is tweeting out here, Kenneth. Look up at your screen there. Why are they even doing that? Why sending out QB1 with Andy Dalton right now? I'm like,
They're trolling us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. If they can do something backwards, they're going to do it. I work for the federal government, so I'm used to people doing things backwards, and I root for the Bears, so it's that.
Clearly. Yeah.
So I know all about it. Yeah, it's totally fucked up.
Caught in the undercurrent. You can't get out of the fucking ocean of stupidity.
What?
And really, if we're talking real talk,
Keeping it 100.
He's had one winning season. Because in all fairness, we really don't play that 8-8 shit. Now I'll give you like this. I'll give you one 8-8. When you get to two of them, nah, son. Just not, and both of them weren't really even 8-8. They went on a 6-game losing streak this past year.
They played that as a positive.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's how condescending.
Who else to come out of this but us?
What? Who can come out of this but us? It's like fucking George Costanza laying under the fucking the desk all week. Well, the shift's over, guys. I did my job today. Lunch. Our football guy's the GM. Well, who holds him accountable for the hiring and missing on 2 generational quarterbacks? What?
I mean, it's disrespectful, to be honest. It's disrespectful. I mean, it's so disrespectful that I don't even really want to get angry because I was watching something. I was watching a clip about how you deal with people that troll you. And I usually do this. I usually don't give my energy to trollers because they feed off of your energy.
Not all the decisions may be the right ones.
And I feel like that's the same situation here where they've been disrespectful. It's been systemic from the point of we've never had a quarterback. My father would be in his 70s right now if he was alive, and he didn't have a quarterback here. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at Ted Phillips, and look, Ted Phillips did something that Michael McCaskey couldn't do. He parked that spaceship in Soldier Field. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, but you don't owe him for the rest of your life.
Winner.
Because Michael McCaskey was bumbling and couldn't get a stadium deal done. It's time for Ted Phillips to go, and I agree with that. But even if you wanted to keep him around, he shouldn't have his hands on football matters whatsoever.
You have exactly the right football culture, that all teams strive for.
This is another thing. I think George McCaskey's not a bad dude. All right. From everyone I've talked to,
I've met the guy.
Okay, he's the most average of owners that you can find in the NFL as far as, I think he drives a Camry, him and Mitch.
Toyota Camry, and he drove it from North Carolina to Illinois for his first day of.
Like this.
What is it with Camrys in the Chicago?
Listen, I mean, maybe I need to get one because we can all get jobs now. You look at his office. If you look at the end of the year meeting, his office is the least nice office out of all of them. Like, he's the owner, but
Ryan and Matt are men of character. They are both, like Ted, outstanding leaders.
What?
We all know how we could be in relationships. I always get down to relationships analogies. All right. Let's just say things aren't going well with your significant other, right? You're either going to fix them or you're going to make it seem like you fixed them. And they've done neither.
Outstanding get off. So he times his get off perfectly.
Inserting someone over him, and if he didn't like it, then he needs to go. But even if you didn't do that, you should at least give us the illusion that you were doing it. And that's where the trolling, that's not even the trolling, that's where it's like, you know what? I really don't give a fuck with how you feel. And listen, maybe they're oblivious to it. Maybe you're living in that ivory tower for so long, you're oblivious to it. But down here on the ground floor, and I've been saying it for years, you shouldn't give them your money.
What? A cap. That philosophy. This year, the collusion by the owners is ridiculous because they knew. They knew, Kenneth.
Can I jump in on this?
Go ahead.
Real quick?
I've said it many
times.
This
is just the bullshit to me. No one can answer me this. All right, this is your bank account. You knew before the deal came in last week. You knew the new TV money was coming in, right? Exactly. You could spread this out for a decade and it wouldn't even hurt you. Why are you? Is this what you talk about, the collusion? Why are you coming down and hampering it down this year? You're doing it just because owners are being cheap and they're using the pandemic as you have a new bag. They have a new bag.
Wow, they got a brand new bag. They got a brand.
It's shiny. Listen, it's a Mel Birkin bag.
Yeah,
that's how crazy it is.
Don't be hating.
They have a new bag. And you're telling me that the cap has to go down?
He's got excellent get off.
One of my biggest pet peeves of being a Bears fan is I'm from New York. Walk down the street and somebody sees I have a Bears hat on and they say, "The Bears." The Bears. Drives me insane.
A new bag.
There he is. Rashid Davis.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Man, you almost brought tears to my eyes with that video, man. It's been a while.
Got excellent get off.
That's how we do. The only thing we didn't like, Rashid, is that I look back at that Atlanta game. Oh man, you caught that touchdown, but then I remember the way that game ended. I still can't believe that.
No, God!
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come on.
That kept Rex. That gave him the ability to just be Rex and just play football and not have to worry about giving everybody rah-rah speeches and getting them pumped up. And as a player and as a friend, he's just a good human being.
100 physical halves you've ever played, and we will win this game if you hit somebody in the mouth, and that starts with kickoff. World champs on 3. 1, 2, 3. World champs.
I'm bringing you back tonight.
Another important person in that video is Mike Brown.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He was the man. He's still one of my favorite people on this planet to have ever played with. So blessed. Tell anybody, from ownership to the coaches to the players, exactly what was on his mind, exactly how he felt.
What did you say about collaboration?
You know, he was a straight up human being, good man, but no, there was no punches being pulled. And because of that, in our locker room was so tight. That's why we were able to do a lot of the things that we were able to do, because we trusted and believed in one another, and we allowed people to be who they were.
I hope that there's hope.
So Rashid, when Olin was talking about punching somebody in the mouth, did Fred Miller leave the locker room then?
No, he didn't.
Watch out for Olin now. Olin.
And then the penalty.
At least throw an
right.
But we said it to Olin, and you laughed.
Okay, all right. As long as you say it to his face, it's okay.
Yeah, we did.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
But I need to know about you a little bit.
It's a long story, but I'll make it short. That year, well, of course, in arena football back then when I played, you had to play both ways. I was an all Ironman player, meaning I played both ways. I played defense and I played offense, and I kick return and I cover kick. Play receiver. There's no way, just logistically, I get any reps to make this team. Well,
Politics.
The politics. That's the politics of the game. I clearly play receiver, but I couldn't do it under those circumstances. But it's
That's his Rex Grossman blow doll that he's got.
Yes. Yo, you might need some help, bro.
Yo, that was quick. What's up? This is Claudio the Barber, and this is Shy City Sports Keeping It 100. So we got free agency winding down, and we got the draft winding up. So let's get to it. We got a great show for you. We got number 35 running back Ryan Nall coming on to the show. So let's just bring on the Alpha and the Omega, Shayne, the smartest man, Marcel, and Dr.
Claude knows how to play the game.
Thanks for that.
Hey, I gotta keep you on your toes, man.
Hey, I think
you weren't ready for that shit.
I handled it.
Deer in headlights. He had like the 3-second uncomfortable pause.
So who's the Alpha and who's the Omega? That's what everybody
knows. There's a lot of that shit going on, Claude.
What up, everybody? It's a Wednesday night. We're closing in on the draft. It's going to be Easter Sunday coming up this weekend. And listen, I'm fired up to be here. We obviously have Ryan Nall coming on the show tonight. Maybe some other surprises. You never know with this network. The number one show on the Bears on the planet. So always be on your toes, Claudio. That was
it. That was a test.
That was your test. I was hoping you'd be there. We got it. We got it right. And what a night that we have planned for you. I'm excited to talk to Ryan and break down his story. Me and Shayne had talked to him before on the old network, but now it's a night that, you're getting close. A lot of people are talking about the draft and everything like that. Shayne, obviously, pre-show, we can get this out of the way. a lot of Mond talk. A lot of
what?
A lot of people are talking about Mond.
Pump the brakes on that.
Yeah, I watch Mond and I see a lot of hitches in his game, late decisions, weird angle elbow throws. Mechanically, he has a lot to work on. I know he's an athlete, but yeah, I'm not down with Kellen Mond in the top 2 rounds of this draft. I'm just keeping it 100 with you.
You can't fall in love with a pass, and you see it so often. I mean, you can't fall in love with.
They're all doing the same fucking thing now.
Right.
Let's all roll to our left and throw. He's like, okay, that's not how
He's
this
got
works.
tools, but man, that needs a lot of fucking work. I mean, you want to bring in a kid like that, you better believe in the way that your organization is structured from top to bottom, because that's a fucking puzzle piece right there.
Yeah, he's a guy, and I saw the chat buzzing about him. He's a guy that you have an established quarterback with, like Aaron Rodgers, and you have this young kid that's going to go there for 4 years and learn under him. Right. That's what Mond is. Mond isn't coming in here and taking over for Andy Dalton. Not on a Sunday, Monday, a Wednesday, or a rainy day. It ain't happening. Even if he drives the Camry, he still ain't getting the job. That's just what I see on the tape, and that's what this network prides itself on. Now, other guys in the draft, nobody's talking about my boy Zach Thomas. I'll have some footage of him and we could break him down on Draft Mob. If you're not signed up to be a patron, obviously this week I caused a lot of fucking debate and controversy as Shayne and I released my Andy Dalton breakdown, the 22-minute or 25 with the couple commercials at the end of Andy Dalton. So, Shayne, I think we get into that because there's a lot of trolls out there that take and run with a narrative. And I just shout out to you, James, 451. I don't like that whole narrative game. It's like, if I'm breaking down tape on, and I'm going to clarify this, if I'm breaking down tape on Nick Foles, I'm only breaking down tape on Nick Foles. I'm going to look at the good, bad, and the ugly.
Right.
Same with Mitch Trubisky. So don't be a fucking pussy-ass troll and try to say I sold everybody on this. No. I told you what Nick Foles won a fucking Super Bowl. He's not this piece of shit quarterback that you're trying to write a narrative because he's under Matt Nagy's philosophy. He's an adequate back. He's exactly what Shayne said.
He's a bridge quarter. He's a good bridge quarterback. No, listen, if you point out a positive to Nick Foles or a positive to Andy Dalton, people become instant drama queens and run with it and say, "Oh my God, you're sold." He's not. Nobody on this network at any point ever called Nick Foles or Andy Dalton or Kellen Mond the answer. They're not. I mean, it's crazy. Just pump the brake. Andy Dalton was brought here to be a serviceable bridge.
Well, Andy Dalton is, and I'll put my name to this.
Yeah.
He is the best quarterback we've had fundamentally, like I said, since Eric Kramer.
Yeah.
And that's looking at the tape. Who he compares to, his athletic play, decision-making, is Josh McCown. That's your comparison. So you little fuck troll pussies you start on the kickball team at your rec department. You've never played a game. You only analyze what's in front of you. I'm not trying to be Barelissimo PC. I'm trying to tell
what?
This is what it is. I'm not trying to change your mind. This is what my opinion is. You either can understand football or you need to go take a class in it. It's really, really that simple. I don't know if I could go through hours and hours of tape looking for bads and coming away looking at that. And then this other point that I want to make. Football is a team game. Don't throw me records and wins. That is the dumbest shit you can ever throw at somebody analyzing tape. Matt Miller can change his board. Matt Miller will do that shit. Not me. I will look at things and really have a struggle time. That's why cars bust my balls with the 5A, 5B. Because I can't pick and choose. I'm not trying to, I don't give two shits. But don't go around spewing bullshit. Shea McClellan. I'm looking at Shea McClellan trying to see what it is he does positively. To go back and write these fucking narratives, these blog boys and trolls, it's unbelievable. You only could address what you can. Don't fall for this bullshit. I have so little patience for that. And there's honestly, Jay Cutler, I defended because the tape showed me Jay could do it all. Jay could triple what fucking this dude rolling to his right and throwing across the fuck. Jay could fucking hit that in his fucking sleep. That's nothing. That's one of the strongest arms I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Phil, Mitch made a very similar throw against Green Bay to Darnell Mooney. And that's, I saw, let me find it here. Russell Webster. How do I know that Mond isn't the guy? I should have been more careful with my words. I can't say that. I'm saying if you're expecting him to be the answer and you draft him in round 2, I think you need to buckle your fucking seatbelt and strap in and just pump the fucking brakes on that right now, because he made some fantastic throws in his pro day. He is, you want to talk about raw? You want to talk about the guy that was just here? Number 10, Mitch Trubisky, and then you want to talk about Kellen Mond. Kellen Mond has a lot of physical gifts that you can't teach, but man, he is wildly inconsistent in just about every single facet of his game. He can hit on some intermediate throws and show some consistency there, but outside of that, he's got a lot of work. My point in saying that is if you're drafting him at number 2 with a bridge quarterback like Andy Dalton, your thought process has to be, all right, he's going to sit this year, but then it's going to be the Kellen Mond show midway through 2021 and definitely taking over in 2022. So that is my point. He's got a lot of work don't base anything off of a fucking throw in pro day.
Anybody could do it in shorts. It really is. It's just an assessment of the pedigree, the fundamentals that we talk about. I got more value out of Andy Dalton's tape because I'm sitting there. Think about this. And this is confessional in church if you love football and the Bears. Here's my truth. I'm not fucking watching Andy Dalton in the season. Where do you fucking think I have time? I'm fucking breaking down the Bears. Trubisky, every throw.
We don't have 32 we don't have 32 podcasts in, calling it the fucking lawnmower brawl. I'm making a fucking show for it. We're concentrating on Chicago.
Thank you, Sean. I enjoy Barlissimo will give me a clip and I will enjoy it and eat it up to the foundation of football. If that's what you want, that's why you're here. If you want some fucking blow the smoke, don't know the shit, go somewhere else with that shit. Go somewhere else. That ain't gonna, I'm not PC. I'm right in your fucking face as they said at the top, I saw a couple hundred crew. I'm not raising your kids. I'm cussing, I'm clawing,
I'm scratching. I'll take that bet with Red Hat.
Lance will be the last QB. I'm taking that bet too.
I'll take that. That's easy money.
Okay.
On that bet.
Where's Tooch? Get that bookie.
He's watching reruns of college basketball from 1974 right now.
The reality is, though, Andy Dalton, I don't know how anybody could go away from, I'm literally just, somebody wrote, you didn't put the Arizona game up there. I just picked random games. Seriously. That's how I do it. That's how every scout would do it. Random games and watch what he does on the tape. That's it. And that's the reality. Where is his bad plays? I put him up there. I showed you. The mechanics, it's over and over. He's repetition. His understanding. This is a guy that took a beating. This was something I thought about last night. He took a beating in Cincy. Went to Dallas to back up and hold a clipboard and be some, security net. And he gets thrust in there. And you know what, Shane? To Andy Dalton's fucking credit, all that abuse, all those hits that he took in Cincy, he fucking didn't lose his fundamentals.
Well, and one thing that's rarely talked about here too, Phil, when you're in terms of Andy Dalton, is they want to point out the playmakers and everything that Dallas had on the offensive side of the ball, which is absolutely correct. They have some explosive guys there.
Yep.
But when you talk about the offensive line, Andy Dalton played in 11 games. Mitch played in 10, I believe. Andy Dalton was sacked 2.8 times per game. Mitch Trubisky was sacked 2.2 times per game. So if you're saying that Andy Dalton played with a much better offensive line,
it's not true.
We're here to provide you the facts and just show you that you're wrong in terms of that. Nobody, and because we're giving you a positive on Andy Dalton means nothing. We're not going to sit here and say and be pissed off and go 100% negative when we do see some positives in his game. He's brought here to be a viable bridge quarterback to whomever is next. Is it going to be, are they going to shock the world and go up? Are they going to shock the world and go get Russell Wilson? Are they going to draft the kid from Stanford? Are they going to piss everybody off and draft Kyle Trask? We'll see. But whomever is next, Andy Dalton's going to be that bridge to them. And that's all we're ever saying. He's a serviceable bridge that comes in and is going to work with laser. Yes, we've heard this all before with Nick Foles. But to me, and I said it last year, Phil, if you're putting me out there to say who would I have rather, my thoughts on this. I was 100% against Nick Foles being acquired last year. I would have taken Andy Dalton over Nick Foles 100%.
The other thing is the narrative. Why didn't they get him on the cheap? Because we've said this, they couldn't wait. They didn't know that Andy Dalton was going to be released, or probably they would have, or they should have called there and made a trade. You can blame Ryan Pace for not seeing that, thing before the storm. The reality is he is your quarterback right now. And all we could do is analyze what's put on tape. If he was Mike Glennon, I would have been out there destroying him. Not defending him. So the reality for a lot of these people need to really realize that the tape doesn't lie. That's the whole foundation of this network. If Andy Dalton sucked, I would be all over that shit like flies on shit and producing a showcase of why we should be concerned. Because let's just face it, Ryan Pace's, picks at the quarterback position has been one. It's been one. And it's also show that he's made some moves in free agency that we've all scratched our head. At.
Yeah, and that's the thing I see our guy Jeremy put in there. Dalton should have been signed over Foles. He wasn't available. He wasn't available. Yeah, he wasn't available until after free agency and after the draft. Once they secured Burrow at number 1 and knew that they, got him in and that was going to be their future, they moved off of him. That's why he signed for so cheap in Dallas.
That's the reality.
Everybody's saying, "Oh, look how much you paid him this year." Listen, Jermaine Ifedi signed very, very cheap last year. You want to break things down, the Bears get quadrupled his income. They gave him 4 times more the amount this year to re-sign for 1 year than they gave him last year because the market dictates it. And I know I had a back and forth about Mitch Trubisky going to Buffalo. Here's the big separator in terms of Andy Dalton's situation versus Mitch's. Mitch was on the open market, free to sign with 32 teams.
Yep. He
was a free agent. Anybody could have went after him. Mitch could have made his choice, whatever. But yet he signed in Buffalo for $2.5 million. And that's $2.5 million isn't even close to a good backup quarterback money. Mitch took what was the best situation for him, in my opinion, coaching staff, but Phil, if somebody offered him, Ben Albright reported
they said the Broncos didn't offer him anything.
Right. But that's what Mitch tried like crazy to get there. But
that's the reality is the narratives are going to be out there to make people feel a little better. And the blog boys will start writing cursatory stories about Mitch Trubisky now. Whatever gets clicks, that's the fucking bullshit that I can't stand. The narrative. I watched the tape of Dalton. Used to bring Richard Gordon's comment right there. Thank you. This is what the goal was, to have somebody watch it and say, wow, now I know. Because I'm watching someone break it down that isn't some bullshitter on the internet that doesn't know 3-step game, 5-step game, where their foot should be, how much weight distribution. How does he read coverages pre-snap? You see all of that there. Now you got somebody driving the car that has a master's degree in what he sees pre-snap. That right there is worth its weight in gold as a play caller and as a coach. You feel comfortable that, hey, we got 2 tight ends. They're giving us a look that we've seen all week. Nall's in the backfield. I know Andy's going to check and go the opposite way. We're going to run that trap backside. Nall's going to hit that right off the fucking tackle's ass. Well, because he's going to be up there and switch the play. That stuff can't be valued anymore, but you're not getting that at PFF. What you're getting is a grade and a narrative and a story that continues to roll down the street. That's my mini rant on that shit. That's why it's so important to watch the tape. And listen, you're Bears fans. That's where our focus is. I'm not watching Andy Dalton during the season. I'm watching him now. And I came away completely putting my name to him, saying this is the best quarterback I've seen in a Bears uniform that hasn't put one on yet since Eric Kramer. Technically, fundamentally, his throwing mechanics and everything he does. And he compares athletically to Josh McCown. Done. Sports Mockery, write that fucking story tomorrow. Good. I'm glad you did it again. Anyway, our guest is here, right? Claudio. He's in there.
He's there. He's waiting for his intro, Phil.
He's waiting. We were in a timeout, a TV timeout. There was Ryan Nall. So I had to finish this thought. But listen, this guy I'm excited for. Let me just say this about him. The story is well known. You're undrafted. You make the football team. You bust your ass. I bust my ass, and Shayne bust his ass to produce what he's deserving of. I love this guy. Look at his story for those of you that have never looked back at Ryan Nall. Ryan Nall, the intro. Tape never lies.
Bears fans, this guy did something in high school that nobody had done in 60 years. He led Central Catholic High School to their first state title, grinding out 1,684 yards and 22 touchdowns. From there, it was on to the Beavers of Oregon State, where he ran for 2,216 yards with 24 touchdowns and capped off his career there with another 56 receptions for 563 yards and 4 touchdowns. In 2018, our Bears were quick to sign the undrafted free agent to add to their backfield. In week 9 of the past season, all his hard work and determination paid off as he hit the end zone for his first professional touchdown. Bears fans, TTNL fans, give it up for this burgeoning Twitch superstar. He's Ryan Nall.
There he is.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up, Ryan?
I like that intro. That was sick.
Yes, that's how we do it here. I mean, I saw the smile on your face, like, you know, Sunday morning at IHOP and those pancakes that brought out.
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
Probably can't jump into IHOP too much in the NFL offseason trying to work your ass off every day, right?
Yeah, you can't be doing that. I mean, maybe you know, once you're home for that first month or so, you kind of relax a little bit. But I'm back into training now, so can't be doing none of that.
Ryan, how take us back in this journey? 60 years as a high school football player, you turn around. What was the town like? You're in Portland, Oregon, growing up, correct? So what was that like to be able to turn around a high school football program, win the state championship, and be the player that you were? And were there all these other schools? So why Oregon State?
I actually wasn't that highly recruited coming out of high school. I was like a 3-star, and I knew. So my older brother had been playing at Portland State. He was a DN there, and I wanted to try to stay in the state, be close to my family, you know, something like that. So, and I also obviously wanted to go D1. So Oregon and Oregon State were the 2 big schools in the state of Oregon. So Oregon hadn't really shown any interest, and my high school coach had been telling me telling Oregon State, like, hey, if you guys offer this kid, I guarantee you he's going to commit, which is basically what I was going to do anyways. But leading up to my senior year, I had only a couple Big Sky offers, you know, Portland State, a few other guys in that conference. And I went to the camp, you know, had a pretty good camp. And the next morning, Mike Riley, head coach at the time, had called me and offered me a scholarship. And I damn near committed on spot, but we went down.
Had to play it cool a little bit, right?
Exactly. We went down as a family and made a whole official deal and everything like that.
You gotta do that.
Yeah. But one actually cool thing about that state championship is so like the last time we won was when my great uncle was on that team.
That's awesome.
Oh.
So my grandpa's brother was on that last championship team in 1960, whatever it was. You know.
That's crazy.
So years later.
If you would have ended up with the Ducks, Ryan, how big would your wall have been with all your jerseys? They have like 57 different jerseys to choose from.
I know, right? I just got a couple to choose from, but yeah. Oregon definitely got the they got Uncle Phil helping them out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You got the Phil with a much bigger bank account he's talking about.
Much.
So, Ryan, I want to ask you, this is bringing you to present day. I don't know if you saw the report, and I mean, obviously you know about the NFL ad in the 17th game, but all of the owners voted, and it wasn't a unanimous decision. There was one owner out of all the owners in the NFL that voted against it, and that was your owner, George McCaskey. I agree with George standing up to that, because I think it's a shout out to you guys that he employs. You know, the NFL likes to preach safety first 24/7, 365. And you and me and Phil, we all know it's not really probably super, super high on their priority list. But how does that make you feel when you see the owner of the Chicago Bears be the sole representative that really took the stand and stood up for his players that way?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. You know, the Bears organization, they always do things the right way. And from the time they brought me in, you know, they tell me that they they'd rather have somebody with character than someone who could play a phenomenal football. And that just goes to show to the character of them and the McCaskey family. I don't doubt that they voted against it, in terms of player safety and mental health and all that kind of things that goes into it, because I know that they take care of us. And, like I said, I'm not surprised at all that they voted against it, because they're not necessarily in it for the greed and the money and all that kind of stuff. They're in it for the relationships that they build with their players.
Is that something, just to play off of that, sorry, Phil, is that something that you've texted back and forth with your teammates, that you guys are like, hey, Mr. McCaskey did this? Is that something that you've talked about with any of your teammates?
No, I haven't yet. I mean, it's fairly recent news. So I haven't really gotten much time to reach out to anybody, but I think we can all, as a team, we can all agree that they look out for us, especially with the, for example, all the social justice stuff going on that was going on during the season. We decided as a team to kind of, hold off on practice one day and discuss about real issues, and they were all for it. They wanted to know what they could do on their end to back the players.
Let me ask you, how much do you talk to George McCaskey? Does he come down and speak to you players in the locker room or at functions? A lot of fans would love to know that. Yeah,
obviously this year is a little different. We couldn't have as much exposure to the front office and all of the little, or the small, I'm not saying small jobs, but the people in the front desk when you walk into the building, the reception, people like that that weren't in the building. So our limit to the McCaskey family was definitely not as much as it used to. But if we're at an event like years prior, they want you to come up and say hello. They want to talk to you. They want to get to know you. And they say that to us when they talk to us as a team every single year. And whenever I was at an event and for some reason they're not already, talking to somebody important, I would go up and just say hello, and even if it was just simple as that, just a hello and go on with my night. But they want you to come and talk and see how you're doing and things like that.
One other thing, Shayne, how, you're around I've been around football people my whole life, so keep it 100. Like, how much do you feel like winning is so important to them?
I mean, winning is everything,
Yeah.
And they're trying to do what they can to get that Lombardi trophy every year. And we talk about it every year as a team. That's the number one goal, no matter what. But obviously, we got our little, individual goals as a team that go along with that. But
right.
We when I got there, it was Coach Nagy's first year as well. And I don't know what the facility looked like before. I don't know where the showcase room was, or wherever they had the '85 Bears trophy. But from what my understanding was, when he got there, he put that thing front and center right when you walk into the building to be a little mental reminder that you want that's the ultimate goal, no matter what. So, it's frustrating when we get there, we get so close, and then it doesn't happen. But that's the ultimate goal, is winning.
Let's dive into it head first, man. We've got to talk quarterbacks. We're talking the Chicago Bears, and I don't want to put you on the spot and name names. Yeah, it's just listen. I heard
my little rant about
Dalton. Phil and I have been Bears fans our entire lives, and it's really been what's held this franchise back from being. I mean, the all-time winningest franchise, yes, but it's really what's held them back from being consistent.
Right.
Yes.
And how close do you monitor what's going on in these off seasons? I mean, we've had guys on here that, they're like, no, draft day, I'm out playing golf, out of free agency, whatever, stuff like that. But I mean, like Ryan Nall being Chicago Bear, are you focused in on these signings and keeping up with it and seeing what direction they're going?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, I got the little Bears app thing and get the notification pops up on it. So I see all the signings.
You submit questions to Lunch with Larry on there?
No, I get to talk to him.
We don't either. No feel bad,
bro. But I see it. I see it all. And when I see they signed Damian Williams, they signed, I saw they signed all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the quarterback position, that's always tough. It's one of those things where you can almost never make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Right. So like, for example, if that stuff with the trade stuff with Russell Wilson going on, if we get him, who do we lose? Who do we lose for him?
Is everybody like looking around?
Yeah. It's like great. We got Russell Wilson, but we lost Khalil Mack.
Right.
Or we lost Roquan or something. It's a give and take. So it's hard to please everybody. But like you were saying, Dalton's a veteran guy. He's been in this league a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's been in the league for that reason. So, I trust their decision making with what whatever it may have been to move towards Dalton. I know a lot of Bears fans were upset that we didn't push further and harder for Wilson, but there's a reason that Dalton's been in this league for what, 14 years, something like that, 15 years almost.
Yeah, been around.
Yeah, and I honestly haven't done film work on him. I haven't watched much tape on him, just a couple games here and there that he's been on national TV, and I feel like he's always been a solid guy. So I'm excited to get in there and start working with them and kind of picking his brain a little bit and see what he knows about the game. So I think they did say that they deemed him the starter right away. So I guess and that helps too. It helps too, knowing that he's coming in here, he's going to be the guy, so he doesn't have to worry about all that bullshit about we're competing, we're doing this stuff. No, it's he's coming in and he's going to say, hey, I'm running this team. You guys got to trust me. I'll trust you. All this kind of stuff that goes into it, and we'll go from there. So like I said, I'm excited to see what he'll bring to this team and moving forward with him as our starting quarterback.
Well, I'll send you my 22-minute breakdown of Andy Dalton to give you the cliff notes for.
Yeah,
I'm sure they could pull up anything like that, like every third down play Dalton's ever thrown, boom, on a computer, boom.
Yeah,
it's crazy when you get to the league like that they could do that with you. Let me ask you this though: we have a new running back coach that you're familiar with, Coach Petrie. Is that how you say his name?
Yep.
So talk a little bit about him for Bears fan. What kind of running back coach is he? And is that going to give you a little, does that get you smiling? Because, a little bit because you have familiarity with him.
So he was the coaching staff when I declared for the draft. So he didn't coach me. He didn't coach me personally. Perfect. But I did. Yeah, but I did have a few conversations with him because I was training down at school because I was finishing up my last term.
So he would have been with Pierce then.
Correct. Yeah. So he coached Pierce for 2 years, I believe. And but I had some good conversations with him in passing and stuff. And from what I've heard from AP, he's a good dude. He doesn't treat you like a child, all that kind of stuff. And he's got your back. And the knowledge of the game is obviously there. If our coaching staff had interviewed him and liked him and stuff, but from the brief conversations I had, I know that he's a good guy and he does he loves to win. So like you said, a little smile on my face knowing it's an Oregon State guy coming in. Yeah. It is it's nice. It's kind of it takes that a little bit of added pressure off, knowing that I actually have met him before, established somewhat of a relationship. He knows my game, all this kind of stuff. And instead of some other coach from the league that I've never met before, he doesn't know who I am. I gotta earn my trust with him again, and basically start from scratch. With Coach Petrie coming in, it's definitely I'm not starting with scratch. He's seen my game, he's watched film on me, all this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to get going with him as well.
Ryan, when you're looking back at the season that just went through, I mean, we know how the world really changed, COVID and just all these different protocols and everything. But looking back at the 2020 Chicago Bears, now we've had some of your teammates on, and I always ask them the same question that I'm going to ask you here. And you play offense, so I'm going to restrict you to the offensive side of the ball. Who's the leader on offense? Like, is there an unquestioned guy? Is it two or three guys, or is it just like one guy, and when he speaks, everybody listens?
Yeah. Offensively, I would say it's a couple guys. You know, Allen Robinson, Mitch Trubisky, even Nick Foles when he was deemed a starter at the time. Tariq and those, I'd say those are probably the guys that are kind of like.
So I have to
dogs,
I have to play off of that a little bit, and I'm going to give you some props here because out of all the guys that we've talked to, you are the first guy that has named a quarterback.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah. And this is like, I'm not bagging on any of the guys that were here, but that's very, very important. I mean, come on, it's the quarterback position in NFL, and that's we've had Cody Whitehair's name, and we had Josh Woods on. I didn't even have the question on him. I think he's Danny T. Yeah. No doubt, Danny T. And it's good to hear because I mean, you can't. That position is everything.
Yeah, you have
in the NFL. And if you're not a leader, and this is nothing against Mitch or Nick or Andy or even whomever they bring in, if you're not a leader at that position, then we have some big problems. So that's good to hear that you bring up not one quarterback but two.
Let me ask you this. You're a competitor, obviously, and I always keep it 100. You're in a running back room, and I break down film. I'm a coach. That's my passion, and your team is my religion, the Chicago Bears. So talk about what I see on tape is David Montgomery, the elite running back. Like, I haven't seen a running back this good in Chicago since Walter Payton. And I've watched Matt Forte, and I get these looks, and the guy who wore your number like you and Neil Anderson, but you're there. I mean, you see this guy's work ethic and drive. How do you compare him? What do you see in this football player? If you're a competitor, obviously you're competing, but at the same time, you got to keep it 100 with this.
No, I'm not the type of person that is me. I'm definitely I'm a team player. I've always has been, and David is one of those guys who you just like. You see him, and then he does something, and then you're just like, "Wow, that shit is incredible." for how big he is and how shifty he is, and on top of that, how strong he is, it's unbelievable. Because 1 second, he's getting the ball, he makes somebody miss in the backfield. Then all of a sudden, once he makes him miss, he's running through the linebacker. Exactly. And once he gets through them, he stiff arms a DB, and then then he's also got speed. And it's funny because during the year, CP would always crack jokes at him because he ran like a 4.6 or whatever at the combine. and we'd always joke on film about how he didn't look like that's a 4.7. Oh, that's a 4.8 right there. But then he busts off that 80-yard touchdown or whatever, and like shit, when it comes to it, he gets it done, and he's not getting chased down. So
you got to bust his balls though, man. 86 speed. They did him wrong on Madden. 86 speed on Madden. We always talk about that. That's got to drive him crazy. He's faster than that.
I so respect Ryan Nall. I just got to point it out right now. If his coaches are watching, the integrity. I challenged you in a question, and you fucking. Not only did you answer it truthfully, you passed that with flying colors because you know why? You're the consummate competitor.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into your journey, but the class and integrity to analyze someone in such a truthful way. I think, listen, I said to Chicago Bears fans on our network, we have thousands and thousands of listeners all over the world downloading this tonight. There's over 330 people watching live, for God's sake, of you. And I told them, I go, listen, this offensive line has their issues. Fundamentally, assignments, they're learning, injuries, you name it. But that fucking guy out there is every run like his last run. And this world is so full of what Shayne said, the Madden speed and
Yeah, it's
fantasy
crazy.
football stats
Yeah.
that they don't appreciate the freaking 6-yard run where he stiff armed a guy, juked the
Yeah.
guy in the backfield, broke it to the hop stepped,
Yeah.
hurdled over another guy, stiffed on, carried 2 guys, and
Yeah.
got 6 yards instead of a loss of 7.
It's a lot of hard work.
It is. It is.
To make it back. Sometimes to make it back to the line of scrimmage. You know, I've had that. You know,
Yes.
preseason, college, a lot. Unfortunately, in college,
Yep.
I dealt with that, and you know, like you said, a lot of people don't realize how important the little things are in the game, and all they see is just the highlights and the sports and the numbers and all that kind of stuff. And
exactly.
Sometimes you just got to appreciate the small things.
Ryan, speaking on a young guy, we were talking about the offensive line. Obviously, is a guy that was thrust into the position because of injury and James going out. But you have a fellow UDFA like yourself and Sam Mustapher.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam's got some work to do to take that next step. Obviously, just like anybody does. Not holding anything against him, but the mentality of your offensive line changed when Sam got in there. And that is so rare for a young guy.
Right.
Because I mean, Phil and I were talking, because like, listen, we're not looking at Madden attributes and stats and basing anything off of that. We're studying the tape and basing everything off of that.
Yep.
Sam has his flaws right now that he can improve on 100%. But you can't teach when a guy brings that fucking swag and that mentality at such a young age to that line.
Yep.
I mean, is that something that you could feel?
Oh yeah,
as a guy on the field with him, that this dude, I mean, he didn't give a shit who it was. I mean, he was sprinting downfield and he's like, no, and I mean, he was throwing dudes off of piles and just speak on that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he comes from Notre Dame, and that's not, you know, some small Division I school like Oregon State, you know.
Pool and Weed Eater Bowl champs every year.
Hey, man, that's really top dog. Like, you know, and you said it, like, he is the kind of dude, like, he's got dog in him.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't give a fuck who he's going up against. He's going to give it his all every single time. And one thing, too, that a lot of people probably didn't see, and Coach Nagy himself pointed out on tape, is him and Alex Bars were the first 2 guys to go pick up the ball carrier every single play.
Phil and I talked about it.
So
it stuck out, man. And Ryan, quite honestly, that was lacking on your guys' offense before they came in there. It really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
When I see
there was
Ryan
a mentality
Nall
shift.
go up and put
Yeah.
a fucking lick on somebody,
Yeah.
or you saw it in your touchdown.
Yeah.
Who's over there running over there?
Fucking
Those
Mars.
2. Exactly.
Christopher.
Giving you a hug. The reality is football is the ultimate team game. That's why I laugh. You heard me in the rant. Like, don't give me Andy Dalton's fucking win-loss record. That's not how you analyze players. And don't ever do that. You can never measure the man based on that. Anyway, I don't want to get off. I want to stay on you though.
Yeah.
Because here's your journey. Undrafted. You're of a complexion where running backs are one. There's one tailback in the NFL, number 22 in Carolina. Here's you coming into the league. There's bias. I've lived it. So it's the other way in that. So everybody and their brother is expecting you when you come in to move to fullback. I remember us talking about this when I was at the old network. And I was pulling for you because what I see on tape is a guy that gets to the corner and can take it to the house. You have great size and you have fluid motion through contact. So if given the opportunity to use your skill set, I really think, and I'm not saying this because you're here. I'm saying this, is there a move for you to move to fullback? Is that what you're feeling that Coach Nagy and company are trying to do to you? Or is this, hey, we signed Damian Williams, we got Tariq Cohen, CP's probably gone, and obviously we all know about David Montgomery. Have they been open with you about where they see your role on this football team?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, Dave is going to most likely still be number one, coming into it. And we got Tariq coming back, and he can pretty much be anywhere on that field. And signing Damian Williams is bringing a vet into the room, and to have that vet in the room, it makes a difference. Be able to talk to the young guys and things like that. So with me, I've been teetering that line of they've talked about moving me to fullback and H back and keeping me a running back still, and obviously I'm playing special teams, and right now that's still my number one way to get onto the field is through special teams. But moving forward, I'm going to be wherever they need me to be, because the ultimate way for me to stay in, not only like with the Bears, but in the league, is to be a Swiss Army knife. Right. So if I can line up at fullback, if I can go, split out, a little bit of tight end, H back, go split out wide, run some goes, slants, some over outs, whatever it may be. But at the same time, they know my skill set and be able to be in the backfield and pass protect. And hand the ball off, I formation, third down back, whatever it takes. Like, I just, I'm at the point where I just, I need to get on that field and stay on that field. So
it's another great answer by you. It's again, well said, as Mike Tenorelli, my boy. He's the Bachelor. There he is. Mikey T. Yeah. That's so well said, because listen, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. You don't have to comment on this. I'm going to comment on this. So try to keep your face straight. I watch tape and I see JP Holtz not do his fucking job over and over, and it infuriates me to no end. Like, you have one job, fucking kick out that defensive end or edge rusher, get up in there on the bob play and get the fucking linebacker. It's just not happening. So honestly, your answer to that, you have an opportunity if you are mentally like embrace this, because I'm telling you, man to man in front of everyone, you from high school, you got to fucking reach and dig into that soul, because you turned around a whole fucking town. You turned around a whole program. And I saw you at Oregon State. I talked to Coach Mike Cavanaugh, the offensive line coach. He has nothing but amazing things to say about you as a kid and an athlete. So if you truly know the jackknife way, and that is the Swiss Army knife, then you go in there and fucking just light Danny T's ass up, even if he gets pissed. I'm making this motherfucking team, because I'm telling you, the biggest, other than left tackle in my book on your football team, is the fullback wanting to deliver blows and doing it properly. And JP, he can come on here. I'll say it right to him. You have an opportunity to win games for your team by being the ultimate teammate. You are an athlete. Yeah. Mike Cavanaugh, Coach Cav, he'll break down offensive linemen like nobody. What he said about you and your character, I would fucking go to war for you. So that's just my little speech to you, as I really believe in you, Ryan, and your answers tonight about David and about your journey. Obviously, we're not done, but I'm a bigger fan. I think these fans listening in see the integrity and the competitive drive. Just get on the motherfucking field. That's what you want to do. And no one should ever go against that. I'm sorry, Shayne. And knowing that you play special teams like that, Christ, I'll fucking put you back at punt returner.
Versatility gets you paid in this league, man.
Exactly.
I mean,
you got great hands.
Yeah.
You got great speed. What was your 40 time? I saw a couple people wondering. Do you remember what you ran?
Yeah, I do. Combine was 4.58, and then pro day I got it down to 4.53.
You should have came out in 2021, Ryan. Man, they're handing out 4-3s like Oprah hands out cars. Everyone is 4-3, 4-3. You get a car. You get a car. It's crazy. And read it all over Twitter. But
right?
Yeah.
Gil Brandt's watches.
Yeah.
They're like, hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Now go.
But so Ryan, when you guys come off a tough game, take the fans and take Phil and I into the tape room. How much accountability is there from the coaching staff to you guys? Now, if they go out and they see the left tackle whiff completely on her block or not do what he's supposed to doing, is he getting his ass called out publicly in front of the entire room every week?
It's funny that you kind of brought it towards that. We do this thing, and this year was the first, with Coach Nagy, at least in my time being there, was the first year that we've done it.
Yeah.
Where
he talked about that publicly.
He
did. Oh yeah.
For the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
And team meeting Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, whenever it is. All of us, the whole team in there, coaches, strength staff, everybody's in there, and we go through and we put the good plays on there, the bad plays on there, the great plays on there, and the ugly plays on there. And no one's pointing fingers, all this and that, but he's putting it up there so that everyone can see it as a team and to get that sense of accountability to make you want to be like, all right, I'm letting my guys down. They see what I did wrong. How can I change it next time? And I love that because no one's, shit happens in football. We all know, every play is not going to be a perfect play. Something's going to happen. But when it does click and you do get that one couple great plays that he puts on there, the energy in the room does get lifted, and then vice versa. When you get them shitty plays on there, especially coming after a loss, it's like, damn, like that one block, or like, damn, that one gap assignment, whatever it may be. It really makes you want to play for your teammates that much more. So
how is Nagy the man? Obviously, we see what have you, who calling plays. Obviously, I'm sure Shayne is going to ask you that, but the guy, is he an in-your-face expectation of you in private, or just to double back on this? Obviously, the first time he's done it, he's never been a head coach before, so he's learning on the job here, right? So accountability, as you said, you like that.
Yeah.
I think it's so imperative that you hold everybody accountable in front of everyone, but in person, how does he deliver the message of expectation to each and every player on offense, especially? Is that something that he delivers home to you, like his expectation of you?
Yeah. He's like it says on the screen, keeping it 100.
Yeah.
If you fuck up, he'll tell you to your face. If you do a great job, he'll tell you to your face. He's not going to sugarcoat anything, but at the same time, he's not going to be a dick about it. He's gonna be just honest, and that's what we expect from him, and that's what he also expects from us. So, there's multiple times where he meets with the leaders on the team, and he says, what's going on? Like, what do you guys like in between the coaches? Like, what needs to change? What am I doing bad? Is there anything I need to change? Shit like that. And
right.
So I think he's trying to do, like you said, learn on the job and do the best that he can to have that open, honest communication. And if expectations aren't being met, then he is going to let you know about it. I think a good example of this year compared to the 2019 season was, the little things like being late to a meeting, even if you're 2 minutes late. Or you're not wearing the right things at practice.
Okay.
Something like that. You're going to get fined. You'll get fined for it. And it may not be a huge, big fine or whatever it is, but whatever that minimum standard is, he's going to hold you to it. And I think him personally this year lived up to that. And I think that it also, kept him accountable as well. And it gave us the freedom to get on his ass if he was 2 minutes late to a meeting or whatever it may be. So, but I think his expectations are definitely vocalized. It's not like giving a look or anything like that. He's going to let us know.
This can be kind of a touchy question, Ryan, and I totally understand if you bounce around it. Yeah, but again, I gotta go back to the quarterbacks. How was you guys started out 3-0, and then you get down in Atlanta, and the switch is made.
Mm-hmm.
Did that change the dynamic of the season?
Yeah.
Of the team, of the locker room. Did it change the dynamic between Mitch and Nagy moving forward? Because Mitch had a couple of comments saying, I'm having more input, when they brought him back and he came back in and they won those games. And he's like, they're doing things that I do better. You know what I mean? They're listening to me more. And it just, you hear that as somebody that's invested in this team.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how come we weren't doing that in the first place? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you guys are there. You guys know it. Do you feel like in the locker room when there's a monumental shift at 3-0?
Yeah.
Nick is brought in. Does that change the dynamic of everything with you guys, or is it just business as usual?
Yeah, I would say it's just more so business as usual. I mean, obviously you feel that first initial shock of it. And you're kind of like, okay, how are people going to react?
Right.
What is it going to be awkward talking to them, like things like that? But at the end of the day, like everybody in the NFL knows that this is a business, and business moves get made every single day. So, for me personally, I wasn't too concerned about it because I got faith in both those guys. I'm going to take care of my business and my job and make sure that I'm staying on it. So, but when we were 3-0 and that shift did get made, initially there was that kind of
it's
weird shift,
walking on eggshells.
Yeah, it was kind of like, okay, how do we address it? But then we just move forward, and then once again, the shift Mitch came back, and we did change it to suit his strengths a little bit, and if you get the question of why they didn't do it in the first place, it was kind of one of those things. Like, I mean, I don't know if they really thought. I guess I'm trying to figure out the words. What I'm trying to say here.
Well, yeah, no, I think I know where you're going. Is it just something that if they're doing everything if they're tailoring everything to exactly what Mitch does well, that it may restrict a lot of other things, and that's not really a shot at Mitch. It may hold back the greater good,
right? Rather
than making it all about number 10.
Yeah, exactly, and at that point, at the end of the season, I think once everyone kind of just bought into that, and things started to get clicking again, and we won like what at the end of the season, three in a row, 4 in a row, something like that. Yeah, 3 in a row, and then kind of got that. We slid into the playoffs, but
that 3-game winning streak was a big focus of the offseason presser with the collaboration crew. But but no, Ryan, like speaking on that, I mean, you talk about Mitch and the leadership.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that impressed me, and where I'm going to give Mitch 100% credit, is at the end of that game, he didn't have to come out and face the media.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. And to me, that says a lot about Mitch Trubisky. Now, I'm not even talking the football player. That to me says a ton about Mitch Trubisky, the man, because you don't see that in this league very often, where a starting quarterback at 3-0 is going to, get hooked, and then he's out there facing the music at the end of the game, in a week 4 game. So that speaks to you talking about his leadership quality.
Yeah. I mean, he's a very high character guy, does things the right way. And a lot of people don't, see it, but he works his ass off too. And he got to where he is today because of that. So, I got nothing but love for Mitch.
Talk about love. I know you love to run the football. So Does it drive you insane with Coach Nagy's lack of dedication to this run game? I mean, I know you guys are human, so everybody feels it in all our fans. Like, why aren't we running the ball? We see what David is. Can we get this going and make that the identity? Does this resonate with you guys? Are you like, Coach, let's run the football? And is there a difference between Bill calling plays and Coach Nagy calling plays? Do you feel that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Nagy decided to let Bill call the plays, for a reason. And I think it's to help kind of get some stress off of him and be able to be a head coach at all times.
Exactly.
And with that, Bill has been in this league for a long time as well, and he definitely gives you a more balanced, playbook calling. And you all saw it when we started getting those 3-game win streaks and rolling. What we were doing, we were running the ball and running it well. So I think that if it hadn't clicked before, I think they're definitely gonna not get away from it in the future. And when we get everybody healthy and we get everybody rolling and David gets in his groove and best believe my ass is going to be back there too. It's gonna be a scary backfield. I'm excited for it, man.
Ryan, we got a little surprise for you now.
We got a surprise for you.
We got a look up
surprise. We got a surprise for the whole.
Surprise for everybody, but a surprise for you too. Phil, roll the.
We got to roll
the intro, and then we're going to bring somebody else on here with you.
Oh,
this is a surprise.
Bears fans, when you tune in to any TTNL show, you never know who may show up and decide to pop in. This is one of those times. In high school, our next guest had 7 200-yard games and 3 300-yard games his senior season. From there, it was on to the Big 12 in Iowa State, where it was more of the same. Domination. Nearly 3,000 yards later, he decided to make the jump to the NFL. And as a Chicago Bears fan, we're sure glad he did. Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy collaborated and decided they couldn't live without him. So they moved up to secure him. This guy is the very definition of a workhorse back and fits right into the rich tradition we're used to here in Chicago at the running back position. Just ask the Houston Texans. Bears fans, TTNL fans, it is our honor to bring on the former Mount Healthy Owl, the starting running back for your Chicago Bears, Ryan Nall's teammate and Draft Dr. Phil's definition of an elite running back. He's David Montgomery.
Oh,
there he is.
Come on.
What's up, baby?
What up, big dog?
David Montgomery. What's up?
What's going on?
I know you're in the car. We're gonna talk, and then we're all gonna pause because he's in the car. So, how are you feeling tonight, David? I thank you for jumping on with us on The Tape Never Lies, man.
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm in Houston right now, just training for a week. Just trying to like my activation right as far as foot fire and foot quickness so that I can be ready for this upcoming season.
Yeah, we saw that video out yesterday with the Footwork King, David. You're getting us all hyped there watching those little clips. You gotta get that number 96 put on the bag though, like Akeem said, so you can run it over and send a little message that way.
Yeah. I talked to Kim a little bit. I think that'd be a great idea. Me and Ryan know what 96 does down there in in the trenches, so we try to stay away from that big guy.
Yeah.
We had Ryan talk about you, and he gave you bouquets on your wedding day in regards to how he spoke so highly of you. Can you talk a little bit about him, truthfully? What kind of football player is Ryan Nall, David?
Oh, you talking about Hollywood Ryan, man. Probably one of the best teammates, I have had to deal with. When I came in as a rookie, he was really like my big vet. And he just kind of showed me the ropes, kind of like let me know how I should handle things and go about things on an everyday basis and how the NFL works. But besides football, just a human being, like just one of them great people that you love to have in your life. He take good care of me all the time. And, he always showed me mad love. So it was big ups to Ryan. Big ups to Hollywood Ryan.
It's my guy right here.
Yeah, I got to keep it 100 with the guy. It's David Montgomery, number 32 in your program, number 1 in your heart. In my son's heart, David is his idol. And I say Tate goes to sleep with David's shirt on. That's how much he appreciates Dave. David, a lot of fans excited about you. How excited are you going into this season? As Ryan said, now Andy Dalton's come in. They've named him number 1. There's none of that bullshit going down. How you're going to be used in this offense in regards to running it with Andy Dalton. How excited are you about that?
Yeah, I'm real excited. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm excited as far as like the untapped potential that I haven't reached yet, that I know I'm capable of reaching, and I can show you guys what I can do. I don't know what I'm gonna be to the offense, but I know that whatever role that I have, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability and give 110% for the brothers around me, so we can get this thing rolling, man. Because Chicago deserves it, and I want to be here and be one of the people that help change the program so that we can get what we deserve.
David, are you tuning into the Ryan Nall Twitch superstar thing going on over here? Are you tuning in for all this?
No, I'm not tuned into the. Hold on, what you talking about, Hollywood, right?
Speak on it, Ryan. Every time I'm on social media, it's like I'm going live.
Yeah. He been in a few streams. He been in a stream or two.
Oh yeah,
he's been a streamer too.
I gotta learn how to drop some subs and stuff for my boy. I'm gonna drop some, but when I get back to Chicago, I'm definitely gonna be streaming too. So y'all better be sure y'all tune in.
Absolutely.
Where could they tune in, David?
I'm gonna put it on my story when I put it on my Instagram story, and it's also on my bio too. But I'm gonna put it on my story when I go live, so the people know it's real.
Listen, talk about real. When my father is 80 years old, he's coached football for 33 years. Right. Me and him are watching David Montgomery's run against Detroit. I think it was a 6-yard touchdown run, and it is one of the most beautiful showcases
with the arm stretched out. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
No, not that one.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking the one at the goal line where he jukes the linebacker. The other linebacker comes across and just smashes him. He jukes the safety and he carries, what's his name? Former Patriot. Now he's with the Lions, number 58. He just carries him. Thank you. Look at you. He knows who exactly.
Ryan told me that. I couldn't do it without Ryan. Hollywood told me that.
Hollywood told you that. Well, you carry him through and in the end zone. Unbelievable run, but it's a showcase of just your talent, David. You've done this on the high school level. You're a quarterback. Then you go to Iowa State and you do the same thing. You lead the country in broken tackles. Is there an attitude? I know you're working with my boy Rashad down there, the footwork king. He's the best in the business. You got to get Hollywood Rye down there to work with him because he is. But how do you get that freaking showcase of power through contact and balance like that? Is that something that you were just born with, or is it an attitude that you have?
Yeah, I definitely think like everything that I've been through kind of like gives me the opportunity to unleash all of it when I get on the field. So like my will to not want to go down. Like, that's not because I just get up every day like I want to do it, just like the way I play. Like, I wear it all on my sleeve and on my shoulders. You know, I just love this game. And, you know, the last thing I want to do leaving the game is tell myself I got regrets and not going hard enough for everybody around me. So I just do what I can when I can. No matter how I can, I'm going to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
David, real quick, take us back to the Houston game, first play. You see that get blocked up and wide open, and you go 80 for the touchdown. Have you ever been a part of another game like that where the first play you housed it on the very first play?
In high school, I did it all the time. Ryan, though. He know when he was in high school, he did it every time on his first play.
Yeah, high school was a joke.
Yeah, you want to know what the joke is? Talk about that. I don't want to get you in trouble, but this is keeping it 100. So you get 80 yards on one carry, then you only see 11 carries in that game.
Hey, I just run the plays. I don't got nothing to say about it. I just go out there and play, man. Do what I can do when I can do it.
Well, you can do it. Tell Coach Nagy, Draft Dr. Phil told him the identity of your offense is found through number 32. I'm not saying that because you're here. I say that every week, and all these fans know it. This guy, David Montgomery, with Hollywood Rye, a new nickname, Hollywood Rye, on the Tape Never Lies, keeping it 100. One of your attributes is your ability to catch the football. Both of you guys have great hands out of the backfield. Is this something that we got to have Coach Laser and Andy Dalton just ready to rock and roll this year with the two of you getting down inside those seam routes, getting those flare routes matched up against some of those linebackers with Reek Cohen coming back?
For sure. No, they got no chance.
Rob probably got the best hands between me and him.
Really?
Well, he probably catches a little bit better than me. He probably I know I can dance better than Ryan.
Hey, that's true, but just a little bit though. I can get down though.
Yeah, Rock can get jiggy now.
Yeah.
At least you're keeping it 100. I always keep it 100. You're giving him the better hand. So if it's a race, who's winning the race out of you two?
If I'm running the 80-yard I ran, I might get Rob by like a step or two. Don't let like the 40-yard dash times that get you. Don't let that fool you. Don't let that fool you.
I told you.
Rashad already came on here preaching that.
Yeah.
Don't let that fool you, because you know what I'm saying.
Because game speed is different.
It's completely different.
Game speed is different.
David, you've been a testament. If an equation was game speed, you're the answer. The reality is the tape doesn't lie with David Montgomery joining us. I'm excited. Yes, I see a lot of fans in the chat are fired up that David's here. Your Chicago Bears running back. David, talk about who in the league, aside from your teammates, who in the league gives you the toughest time when you've gone up against them so far in your career?
Probably the Saints.
Really?
Yeah. David, they got a real good defense. I can't even lie. I gotta be real honest. Big up to them boys, respect to them.
Yeah.
But they've always been the toughest that I've been against since I've been in the league. They just they fly around. Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Jenkins, all them boys on that side of the ball, they nasty and they're relentless with it. So big ups and respect to them. I owe them one.
Do you guys have any update on how Tariq's doing in his rehab? Is he going to be ready to roll?
He doing great. I can just say that he doing real good.
Yeah.
So when you guys see the Bears bring in Demario Williams,
Damian Williams,
Damian Williams. I had the linebacker from the Saints. I had him in my head. Damian Williams in. Does it frustrate you at all, or do you just take it as, hey, this is This is competition that breeds success, and that's how I rock and roll.
He's a hell of a player. You know, he's a great asset to this team, and I'm excited to what he's gonna bring to the table to help the offense. You know, at the end of the day, it's about the team, what we're trying to do to get everybody else around us better. So it's good. It's great to have a vet here too, so I can learn off him too.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. You know, like he's been in this league for a little bit. He's won a Super Bowl. He knows what it takes to get there. So all we can be is a sponge and just hear what he got to say.
Just soak it up. That's all you can do.
He should have been MVP of that Super Bowl, quite honestly. I mean, he played great.
Yeah.
David, I asked Ryan this question before you came on with us. You see that the league is expanded and the 17th game coming into play now, and 32 owners voted, and there was only one owner that voted against it, and that was George McCaskey. You know, talking about player safety and stuff like that. And how does that make you feel as a Chicago Bear that you're the owner of the franchise that you play for was the sole voice really thinking about the player's safety moving forward?
It just shows that he listens to us, and he understands like what it does to our bodies, or to my body personally. I've only been in the league for 2 years, but playing 16 games itself is, it's no joke.
Yeah. It's a long season.
Yeah. So former Bear Olin Kreutz said if there's anybody bitching about one more game, that just means they've never played 16 in a row at the NFL level. So yeah, it's exactly what you're speaking to.
It's not even a fact that people like, or are scared of it, or like don't want to. It's just the fact that it's just you get to the playoffs, and the extra game that just puts like a whole lot more toll and everything on your body. I can speak for running backs,
Right.
You get towards the end of the season, you get banged up, and that shit, like, it hurt. So it's like you want to be as fresh as you can going into the playoffs. You surely don't want to go into the offseason like tore up, like bad.
I say it all the time when I watch your tape and I put out my series defending David Montgomery, because a lot of these blog boys, these fucking stat trolls out there looking for stats and not recognizing the effort and the ability that you have. But I want to tackle back to something that you said, and I'm going to ask both of you this question. You kind of hinted at it from your childhood, from your upbringing. There's something that has kind of spelled out how you run the football. What is that, David? That drive and determination? Where does that come from?
I just want it. I just want this shit bad, So I push myself to the extra limit, I stopped doing this game. I stopped playing this game for everybody else a long time ago. And I realized how great I can be for myself. And I put me in front of everybody else. And that really kind of put like in perspective for myself of what my capabilities are. And, like I don't mean this in the worst way. I don't want to like tether anybody's feathers when I say this, but like I don't listen to fans, or I don't believe I have fans, because there's good commentary and there's bad commentary. Gary Vee said it the best. He said, you don't listen to good commentary because it gives you the equivalence of not listening to bad commentary, which means if I don't listen to the bad commentary, the good commentary doesn't mean anything also. So you always play on the even playing field with your mind and your emotions, and you never reactive to anything that doesn't matter like that. So that's kind of like how I take it. Because my rookie year, I was big into like trying to please the fans and please everybody else, until I realized like I played this game, I do this game for me and only me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I try to do whatever I can do up to this point. 'Cause at the end of the day, this is a game, and it was fun. It's been fun. It's going to be fun for me. This is why I started playing it. So I can't let anybody, disagreement or somebody not liking my game or how they feel about me affect, my happiness with this game. Because essentially, this game will change my life for the positive, for the good. So anything that anybody got to say out there bad about me, I appreciate them. Anybody out there who got something to say good about me, I appreciate them. But just know that I'm not hearing it.
Well, David, we want you to know that you have a ton of fans here, and Phil and I were on air when we saw the power of social media take play when David Montgomery sent out a tweet saying that he met a lot of great people in Chicago, and I'm like, oh no! Everybody started going. Everybody started going crazy. I'm like, they did not just trade this guy. There's no way. Phil went and spoke.
Y'all not getting me out of here that fast, bro.
Yeah,
no, that's right. No, thank goodness. But what was going through your mind? What your notifications must have been blowing up that day when you sent that tweet out.
Pulled that fast.
Let's just say it was a long day. Where Ryan go?
He's right here.
I'm here. I'm just listening.
Yeah, right. It was a long day. Long day that we want to talk about.
Did that tweet come across your phone, Ryan?
Yeah, I saw it on there.
What'd you say, Ryan? Seriously.
I was just confused. And I didn't but here's the thing though. I didn't believe it until there was something set in stone. And I figured that was what it was. He'd come back out and say something like, no, he didn't get traded.
Yeah, they took it entirely wrong. I was really sitting with a group of friends and we were talking about my time in Chicago and how I loved it. And, what I did was I just really sat back and reminisced on the people that I met and the time that I was, and I was really just showing love to Chicago, and people took it completely wrong.
Mm-hmm. But I think I said to Phil, I'm like, we got to get a hold of Rashad and see.
I called Rashad right after him. I was like, Rashad, please tell me this is some bullshit. Please. I left a voicemail. I wonder if he's still. I was getting nervous because of the Russell Wilson stuff, as Ryan was talking about earlier. A big, huge piece of what I believe is going to bring a championship to this football team is right here on the show with us, and that's number 30. Whether he wants to hear it and be that a positive or negative, it's the truth. That's the reality from where I'm sitting. Now, let me ask you this. Coach Campbell from Iowa State, he speaks so highly of you, basically turning around that program, not only with your play on the football field, but your work ethic. How did you get that work ethic? And is it because of what you hinted at of just wanting it so badly?
Yeah, really, yeah. Honestly, that's really what it was. Just me wanting it bad enough to say that I want to be the culture change within my family and break the chain of, not having success or everything going wrong. I didn't want it to be another statistic, honestly. So I just kind of looked at it like the reason that I don't make it won't be because I didn't work hard enough.
Mm-hmm. Great answer.
Mm-hmm.
Great answer. Dave, Ryan, when you look at Dave, does he have the personality to get in the offensive lineman's ass and just get on them about let's just do this? Or is it more like he's kind of like pushing them in a positive way to get them motivated? Because honestly, he's here. All these fans could attest. I've never seen a running back like him since Walter Payton. I know Matt Forte blocked me because the people asked me, Forte or David. I said, David every day, and especially on Sundays. He blocked me. I go, well, that's the only time Matt freaking threw a block is on me because David is that good. Yeah. Do you see that?
Yeah. It's going to take a lot for David to lose his cool and snap on our O-lineman,
Yeah.
But the way, like, everybody knows how hard he works and how he leaves it all out there on the field. And the O-linemen see that too. And if they don't see that, and if they don't play hard for not only themselves but for him, then they shouldn't be there. And I think that the guys that we have see that, and they want to block for him, and they get excited when they see it. See David go by, put the hand up. No, it's a touchdown. Put both hands, So it just attests to him and his character and how hard he works and how bad he wants it. Like he's been saying this entire time.
Does he have a nickname, Ryan?
He got a lot. Which I just call him Demo.
Yeah, he call me Demo, man. Everybody got their own name.
Yeah. This is Demo.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own name.
Yeah.
So when you come off the field, David, and Coach Nagy's there and you scored a touchdown, is he right in your corner? Is this a guy that you want to play for?
Yeah, of course. Everybody got their, perception of who they think they know when they actually don't, man. And Coach Nagy's a hell of a person and even a better coach. He's helped me through a lot mentally and emotionally with myself through my first and my second year, and he was like a big reason that I was able to jump and trust in myself and have confidence in myself to play the way I did towards the end of the season. So, yeah, just having Coach Nagy, is a blessing, and he's been a great coach to me. So
that's awesome. It's good to hear.
So, David, we talked on the power of social media with your tweet that you sent out. Should we start another campaign where all the fans and you are tweeting EA so we can get that Madden speed up? They're cutting you short, man.
Nah, man, I let that be what it is. That stuff don't matter, man. That stuff don't matter.
Yeah, I know it doesn't matter, but still, we want to get you up there a little bit.
Nah, we need to tell Call of Duty they need to drop a new gun.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about no Madden. I don't play Madden. I play Call of Duty.
I don't play Madden either.
Do you guys play this Fortnite? My son is all into Fortnite.
I used to. Yeah, I used to play it.
Yeah.
Tariq was always streaming that. Always streaming Fortnite.
Yeah.
How much have you met the new running backs coach, David?
I've talked to him. He pretty cool guy. I don't really know. I don't know him, but I have definitely had talked to him. So he'll be cool.
Yeah.
When you look at go back, both of you, to draft day, and your stories there always begin as you get into the league. What was it like on draft day for both of you? Ryan, obviously being undrafted and going through the whole thing where you've worked your whole life for this, and David going and the Bears trading up to get David Montgomery in that draft. Ryan, what was it like for you going through the whole draft first? You kick us off here.
Yeah, my draft experience is I'd say different than most because I was still going to school. I was traveling back and forth with the trainer in Portland and going to Corvallis to go to class and shit like that. And I did get invited to the combine, so I was able to experience that. And for me, my draft day was just a bunch of up and downs because I literally had a coach call me that morning, 6 a.m. tell me if I'm still on the board, I'm getting drafted and I'm going to be taken in the 6th round. 6th round come, that team got that team had their pick. They didn't choose me. And I started getting different calls saying, "Hey, we want you to come be a free agent," but it's still like the 6th, 7th round. I'm like, oh God, am I getting drafted or they want me to be a free agent? So it was a bunch of up and downs, but with all that said and done, everything happened for a reason. And my journey, it got me to where I am today. And I'm thankful for it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't go back and stay that extra year at Oregon State. I would definitely do the same thing.
Yeah. This will be my last answer. I gotta go in here and
get
my size work done, but I'll tell you mine.
Just be careful with the masseuses, please.
I was gonna say it, but Phil beat me to it.
I gotta keep it 100. Just
I'll be careful. I got somebody else going in there with me to watch this.
Thank you.
But yeah, for me, the experience was definitely like one of those life-changing experiences for me. Man, I didn't even know if I was gonna get drafted, to be honest. But it's the day of the draft, the second day. Second day.
Yep.
Second day.
Day 2.
And I'm going through the picks and I see everybody going. I'm like, yo, I see Miles go. I'm like, yeah, kudos. My dog get to go. Miles get picked to the Eagles. I'm like, I gotta be, hopefully I'm coming soon. And I think Darrell Henderson goes before me.
Yep.
He goes before me. I'm like, yo, I gotta be going soon. And the 73rd pick come and I get a call from Illinois. It was Illinois area code. And I'm like, yo, the Bears don't got a pick till like 80 something, like 87. I'm like, they had 73. What's going on? They called me like, we're gonna trade up to grab you. I'm like, yo, this for real. And I thought I thought it was fake. And I get the call, and I tell my mom, and I ain't tell nobody else. I get off the phone, and my whole family was in the living room. I get off the phone, And then my name just come across the board, and I just start crying. And my whole family just go crazy. Like, you worked hard for this. But at that moment, it wasn't like, yes, I made it. At this moment, like, yes, like you can finally show the world what you get to do, like what you possibly, like what you capable of doing. So that's really how that night went. And that after that night, once I got the call and I found out I was getting drafted to where I was going, I went to go work out with my Uncle Mike, my stepdad, and my older brother Corey, and we went to go work out that night at Planet Fitness.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
Me and my family went to Old Chicago.
Hey, it is what it is.
My mom thought it would be funny.
David,
I definitely thank y'all for having me on the show tonight, man.
Yeah.
Y'all finish up with my dog Hollywood Rye.
Yes.
Whenever y'all need me to get an episode, man, just reach out. I'll be here.
Yes,
All right,
we
man.
got to
Thanks.
get you on. My son is dying to say hello to you, but he's very shy. Can you say hi to Tate?
What's up, Big Tate?
There you go. I'll play that for him tomorrow, and I'll film it as he does it. You're the best, David.
Thanks,
All
David.
the best.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for jumping on. We wanted to surprise your running back mate here,
Yeah.
Hollywood Rye.
Hollywood Rye.
He got me.
Be safe. Be safe in the masseuse, and take care of those hamstrings. I know Rashad is working you out.
Yeah, I got you.
All the best. That's
Thanks,
David
man.
Montgomery jumping on with us, surprising his boy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, me and Dave were DMing, and he's like, I gotta surprise my boy Rye. He has a lot of respect for you, and you see the fans, they see how much the camaraderie and the fact that you both live for this team. Hollywood Rye is going to be
when we told you we had a surprise for you. Do you think we're going to bring out some ex-girlfriend that all right? Because I looked at you when we said that. You're like,
Ryan
oh,
Nall,
shit.
this is your life.
Yeah. This is your kid.
You are not the father. That's all you want to hear, for God's sake. Claudio, our producer, has 4 daughters, for God's sake. He can't even get a boy.
Oh man.
But I think you and David are the first teammates that we've had on together since Kyle Long and Akeem Hicks. We had them on, and that was quite
ignited their careers.
Yeah. We put them on the map.
Let's hope it ignites mine.
Yeah,
Listen,
there you go.
I'm telling you,
we got you, man.
Ryan, I get goosebumps when I'm talking about you now, because tonight, out of all the nights, I really see, and this is why I wanted to talk about that draft journey with you and David to bring us back, because as an analyst, I don't get to sit down and talk to a player to see the kind of character they have.
Yeah.
And anybody leaving this interview and saying a bad thing about Ryan Nall's a fucking punk ass bitch. That's the reality of truth. That's why this show is what it is. We get players on here keeping it 100. I saw somebody, you guys are keeping it 90. Are you kidding me? I fucking asked the hardest questions and getting the greatest answers from you and your running back mate. We got a two running back set. I only could have dreamed to make it to the NFL as a running back. And here you are, Ryan. So nobody should be disrespecting you ever. I see the jack of all trades and character in you. Now, running down on a kickoff, Ryan.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like? Fans don't understand how fast the game is in this league. What is that like for you?
They don't get it. Running down on kickoffs, the easier part. It's fucking running back on kickoff return and then turning around and then trying to block somebody running on kickoff. That's the part that's unbelievable. If you ask anybody in the NFL, you like that really knows, you say, what's one of the hardest things to do in football? And if they've played it before, they'll tell you is front line on kickoff return. It's insane. And it's one of those things where you got to get your mind right, because you know that motherfucker on the other side of the field is coming straight for your head, straight through you, and you better strap it up because he's coming. So it's definitely one of those things where it just kind of, at the same time, it gets you juiced and it reminds you why you love to play the game. So
Ryan, real quick, like we obviously having you on and love all that, and the fans are so excited. I mean, you can see the chat room, and it makes them want to see more Ryan Nall on the field. But
exactly,
one of your teammates that we want to see more on the field, and maybe you can speak it not in your position group, but it's on the offensive side of the ball. Somebody that I was very high on and pounding the table for in the draft is a young guy, Riley Ridley, that we still haven't seen too much of.
Yeah.
Great question here.
I myself can't figure out why we haven't seen more of him, because I think he's got everything that you want in a wide receiver, and we need to score points here. But speak on your teammate a little bit, because I think that there's a ton of untapped potential there with that kid.
Yeah, I agree. He's one of those kids that's like, freak of nature, 6'1", 6'2", runs incredibly fast and can stop on a dime and has unbelievable hands as well. And, not only as a football player, but also as a person, I get to talk to him a lot, especially this year. We shared the same bus and we got to talk a lot. And, I learned a lot about him, and he's just, as a kid, is just humble and grateful and thankful and he understands how hard it is to get to the NFL, and he's not taking it for granted. And, I agree. I would love to see him to get out there and get on the field. And I think it was also the Tennessee game. It was like a big third down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Caught that in route.
Yeah. He rushed that was and just, man.
Every time he's on the field.
Yeah.
That to the whistle.
He had that reception, and Phil and I are like, all right, that's going to light the fuse. We're going to see him next week. And then no reps, doesn't dress. I don't think he dressed the next week.
He didn't.
It's one of those things where it's just unfortunate that's the situation that is in. But I believe that Chicago's got a plan for him, and we will. So. And we'll hope, and hopefully we'll get to see him a lot more this year.
On top of that, sorry, Shayne.
Oh, go ahead.
Your eyes, the integrity that I have for you, I believe that you understand this game of football very well. So if there's somebody on the offense that maybe fans don't know about, it could be Ridley. I don't know, that you say, hey, this guy is gonna, when he gets his shot, he's gonna impress the fans. Who is that guy for you?
Yeah.
Who is?
Shit. I mean, it's hard not to pick Riley.
Really?
It is. It's hard not to. He is one of those guys, because it's tough, because some weeks he's dressed, other weeks he's not. He's up and down. He's on the line, and it's frustrating for him. I've seen it, and we've talked about it. But at the end of the day, he's a positive mentally attitude guy as well, and he's just going to keep grinding and keep working towards it. And I really hope that he does get his opportunity and then just blows up.
Yeah,
I really thought you were going to say Cole Kmet. And no, I really did. And the fact that you doubled down on him makes it even bigger for me.
Phil knows I was pounding the table for
he
the
actually
guy.
called it the night before. He's like, how could you not take Ridley coming up in the next round? We wanted him in the third round. I go, oh my God, you're right. We got to get that. We get him every time, like you said. But go ahead, Shayne. I'm sorry. How do you not love Ryan Nall?
Love it.
Running back
Absolutely.
Ryan Nall is all class tonight, coming on, jumping on with us, breaking it all down and giving us his time. I don't want to be, we've been taking a lot of your time, and you had your teammate on. So obviously,
I just want to ask him one more, Ryan. You've been awesome with your time.
What do you got for me?
I'm a numbers guy. I'm not talking number stats guy, but I look at some numbers. I'm like, oh man, you can't wear that jersey number. Speak on number 35. Is that something that you did you get to pick it out? Was it a team ed situation? Here you go. 35 is yours. And are you a numbers guy? Is that something that you've ever looked into that you want to keep or that you want to change or what?
No. Yeah. So high school, my freshman year of high school, middle school and grade school stuff, I didn't really care about numbers. I didn't really pay attention. Whatever they gave me, I wore. But my freshman year of high school, my high school coach gave me 34, and it stuck. I wore it the rest of my high school career. And when I got to Oregon State, they actually, I think a walk-on had it, and they told him he had to switch numbers because I was coming in, and they gave it to me. And a lot of people, may know this or not, but Steven Jackson was at Oregon State, and he also wore 34.
There he is.
And he came to one of my practices, and we dapped it up for a little bit and chalked it up. And he told me one of the last things he said before he walked off, and I had to go run a drill or whatever. He said, you better represent that 3-4. And I like to think I did that at my time there. So coming to the Bears, obviously 34.
You knew that wasn't going to happen.
34 was not going to happen. So I was curious. I didn't have a say in my number. I was curious to see what they were going to give me.
Yeah.
And I was hoping it would be a 30 number, somewhere in the 30s. I'm not a huge fan of the 40s numbers. Just me personally. Either a 20 number or 30. I was just gonna, take whatever they gave me. And they gave me 35, and I was like, oh shit. Like that's pretty good. That's a pretty good number. And then I learned about Neil Anderson and him and the history behind it. And I've come accustomed to that number. And if I stay a Bear for my whole career, I would love to say that number. But honestly, if I do get to another team, I think I'll try to go back to 34.
Yep.
But
we don't want you leaving.
That's
the only thing I'm saying. The only 40 number I would double down on you with is number 44.
44.
That number I like. I'm with you though. As a running, I wore the double deuces right there behind you.
Yeah,
there's my high school jersey, my glory days. What's his name? The shoe salesman. What's his name? The shoe salesman. What was his name? He scored all those touchdowns. The show, Married with Children. Why am I not?
Oh, Al Bundy.
Al Bundy. That's my Al Bundy moment. Hollywood Rye.
Normally when you say shoe salesman, you're referring to somebody else, and I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to go there.
I'm not putting that on Hollywood Rye. Listen,
Hollywood Rye.
Hollywood Rye. Honestly, I'm a huge, huge fan. I saw of your college game, of your tape, and the person now just puts the exclamation point. You're, like I said earlier, your effort and everything you do going forward. Just remember that you have a lot of, and please follow me back on Instagram because I want to send you that intro for you. I want to send that to you at Phil_ there. It's right there. Look at that. But I need one favor from you before we let you go.
You got to put on your acting chops.
You got to put on your
Hollywood
acting chops.
Let's go Hollywood.
Hollywood. And scene.
Got to rub your earlobes and do the woosah. Calm
now
down.
I know our producer and our guy. He's saying hi. Ryan Berlissimo says hi. He's staying up late. Staying up.
That's my guy right there. He watches every Twitch stream.
He does, and he's your number one fan, I believe.
He's my boy
from London.
London. He's on our network. He is every Sunday Draft Mob with me, him, and Shayne. Check that out sometime.
You're there.
Excuse me. I was gonna laugh. Let me isolate on you. Tell me when you're ready. You know he sent you the script. You're the first one we've set the script to. Do you have the script, or do you need? I can tell you.
Yeah, you can.
This is. Are you? I would say Hollywood Rye. I think you got to ride with this. I'm just telling you, people, Bears fans in the stadium. Greg brags on all these fans that are going to invade the stadium when they open it and be yelling Hollywood Rye. I already can hear it. So you don't have to, but this is your boy, Chicago Bear running back Ryan Nall. You're keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. Is that simple?
All right.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. I can count you down. I'm going to isolate on you.
On the Keeping It 100 on the Keeping It 100.
No,
you're keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies
Network. Yo, this is your boy Ryan Nall, and you're keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. Look at that.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Nall here with the Chicago Bears. You're keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Boom!
Look at this guy.
This
First
guy,
take?
one take, no. You are Hollywood now.
We had a 4-hour
Hollywood
show the
Rock.
night with Akeem Hicks because it took him like 18 tries.
I am preparing him for radio because his personality is so contagious.
Yeah.
My wife even texted me. She's like, I love this guy. I love this guy. Look at that. I hope she doesn't love you that much.
That's okay. I'm taking.
Listen. Oh, congratulations. Last time we spoke, you had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Now
I've been married for like almost 2 years this summer.
Look, congratulations. When's your anniversary?
June 28th.
He's looking at the. You're supposed to get it engraved on the inside of your ring, man. You got it.
You saw this.
Those are the rules.
That's definitely a clip highlight. That was the best.
Here's the thing: we dated. We were high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
So our anniversary, our dating anniversary, was always July 10th.
Yeah.
That's engraved in my head for the last
okay.
10, whatever years we've been dating. So I gotta bump it back a little bit.
Oh, so I'm July 28th, so we share the 28th.
Yeah, I'm July 25th.
Oh shit!
You're almost there. You're almost with us now.
Walter Payton's birthday.
It is. Well, that's your birthday, not the anniversary.
Oh,
When's
you said anniversary. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Jesus, get your head out of your ass.
June 10th. That's when my daughter is supposed to be born. June 10th.
June 10th
this year.
So June 28th.
June 20. I'm all fucked up. Don't listen to me.
Don't listen. He had the COVID shot.
I had my Johnson & Johnson vaccine today, so
he's trooping it out tonight.
Being a trooper here, yeah.
He is. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, real quick before we go, how does that work with you guys, Ryan? Is that something that it's just it's a up to you guys thing?
Through the NFL, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't. I have no idea how it's going to work. So.
Okay. Well, that's good,
we're
man.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this thing.
Oh man, this is awesome job, man. Thank you so much. You've been
Ryan,
so gracious with your time, bro.
Thank you so much. Gracious with your time. You're awesome. Everybody's pulling for you. Everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
God bless, man. Thank you.
Tag us in those Twitch streams.
Yeah.
And we'll promote it for you.
We're gonna promote you.
I'll get Barrettissimo to get that shit going. I got it as a mod or something on my thing. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna promote the shit out of you.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Have a great night.
All right. Thanks, man.
Ryan motherfucking Hollywood Rye.
TTNL history right there.
Oh my God. A 2-back set, Shayne.
Phil and I were the only one in Lawrence. Phil
and Lawrence.
Yeah, we were
voice of Bears.
This kind of came together here in the last few days, and I'm like, yeah, you can't tell fucking anybody about this. And we're just gonna play it off all cool. And I saw a couple people in the chat. They're like, they didn't promote David Montgomery coming on the show. That's weird. I'm like, no, we wanted to. This is what you get. This is what you get from this network. We wanted to surprise the fans. We wanted to surprise Ryan Nall. Cherie is sitting in the back here, she was trying to get on the Bernard Berrien show. She was combing her hair when she saw David Montgomery. She's like, oh my God. Jesus. She wasn't thinking about Alex Trebek anymore. She was like, oh man.
She did say, keeping it 100. David's a little too young for her.
Yeah.
So I'm giving her the truth here. I'm giving her the truth. You have there she is. Our girl, Cherie. She's waiting for that Bernard Berrien show.
Yep.
In anticipation.
She just texted me. She said, tell Sandlin he can kiss my ass. I'm taking that show too.
You gotta love it. Claudio, the barber, where are you?
I'm still in awe right now because I was. You guys told me right before the show. You're like, yeah, he might come on. I'm like, all right, yeah, this ain't gonna happen. But dude,
Claudio, we have a surprise for you. Up next, Rex Grossman is on with us. Everybody,
that would make it. No, listen, it was amazing to see in real time when you guys were playing the intro for him. The chat room, people were fucking going nuts.
I was looking at it and I saw a couple of no fucking ways, no bullshit. This is happening.
They were like,
I mean,
what?
Exactly. What? Dude, I wanted to play the Nagy drop so bad when they were on, dude. Oh, I know. I wasn't gonna, but I was like,
I didn't want to get either one of them in trouble at all.
Of
He's
course.
got excellent get off.
Yes, he does. He's got great get off. And they both got off on the right foot here. I mean, if you don't walk away impressed, the 2-back set.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Nall, David Montgomery. Listen,
Did
we say anything that we've never said with, on this show? We didn't switch it up. We said what the truth is.
Yeah, well, that's it. Listen, I was reading some of the comments. Some of the comments were just, I mean, you have to have a little bit of decorum. You obviously walk that line. I mean, you can't. Some dude in chat's like, ask him if he thinks that Nagy's a shitty coach.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Come on.
You heard. I asked him. He gave you the answer about Nagy. I worded it in a way where David can answer it truthfully. You also heard, hey, I run the plays, and he was keeping it 100. I mean, David Montgomery, he is what he is. I was blown away. I got to go back and listen to our own show to hear what he had to say about his determination. All I heard was my dad. This game of football is determined by determination. If you didn't hear him have that pride in what his game is about, and then Ryan, just the epitome of class and integrity and understanding his role very well. I mean, I don't know. This is the fucking best. I always say this is the best Bears show on the fucking planet.
Dude,
if you don't fucking understand that.
This after coming off a big spot like that, we enter Club Dub just like the Bears do coming off a big win, and this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like right here.
Yes, Angelo. You think people driving by want to buy flowers from that dude?
Oh, Angelo.
Oh, Angelo.
We got to talk with Ryan Nall. We'll send him that as his intro. And just let him roll with it. There's your intro for the night. We'll send him that.
Was I the only one nervous watching Montgomery talk to us while he was driving, though? I was a little.
He wasn't driving. I think somebody else was driving.
No, he wasn't. He
was in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to throw him under the. Yeah.
He was in the passenger seat.
He was. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
But don't forget the camera's reversed.
Yes.
I'm just saying it was in the passenger seat, man.
Yeah.
Well, his answer to the comment, the bad and good comments, that was a great.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the one. When you hear him, his motivation is solely on knowing his drive and determination. Like, listen, I don't blow smoke. I was on a rant when Ryan heard me talking about Andy Dalton. He was in the green room waiting to come on because I'm not going to stop my thought. Got to finish. And it led to everything going and really showcasing who he is and the person, the ultimate teammate that Ryan is. The both of them. It was a 2-back set, and the reality is it was amazing. I'm in awe, and I know my son is going to be so happy that.
Oh, Riley is too. I did break the news to him. Didn't keep it a secret from my son Riley, but he was very, very excited when he thought that this could become a reality tonight, and
it came to fruition.
Yeah,
even Barelissimo didn't know about it. Claudio didn't know about it.
And this is what we tell you guys that are listening to us. We're always working. We're always trying to find ways to surprise you guys, to take a different approach. And like I said, this stuff all came together rather quickly. We didn't know if it was going to come through for sure, but like I said, it's a testament to everybody on our team here that we can throw this stuff together. And Lawrence Fleming, huge up to him.
We prepared the intro just in case.
We wanted to have it ready to go. But
then when David leaves, what did he say, Claudio, as a producer? I'm going to test you. What was his parting comment? I know Shayne heard it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, get rid of Claudio.
What?
Exactly. Get rid of Claudio. Should we bring another producer on to see if they could pass this test?
Absolutely.
Don't do that to her. What are you doing?
You're supposed
to like. What about this guy?
Yeah, it's the best he's ever looked.
Jackal, producer. He's probably not there. Look.
Yeah, you know it. You know
oh
it.
Oh my God! What is
you
he?
Know
he's with.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
I'm only allowed to give out T-shirts now. So if someone in the chat, the first one to tell me,
Jackal.
David. Oh, maybe David. Maybe you were Jackal.
What did you think, bro?
Dude, I was geeking out in the freaking green room when I saw him pop up on my TV. I was like, holy shit.
I was looking down at all you guys, and it was so funny. And I know this is me picking on Cherie again, but she was all chill, leaning back on her couch, and David popped up, and you could literally see her. She like leaned forward, and she gave the and she sits forward. She's like doing one of these. It was so funny. I was looking at everybody in the green room, and they were like all adjusting themselves. And Phil and I were trying to play it cool and not give it away. But looking at the comments from everybody, they're like, "Nah, this like for real."
When you saw the David Montgomery picture pop up on the intro, everybody's like, no fucking way.
Somebody even put in there, they're gonna introduce Claudio.
April Fools, right?
Yeah. We ain't doing
They're all
April
gonna be in
Fools.
costume.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. He kept it a buck, and the interaction between him and Ryan was just pretty, it was good to see. That camaraderie, that running back must be pretty strong.
That's really why you gotta love what they're building there, and asking the hard question about Damian Williams, adding him. They answer that. Listen, if you're a Bears fan, tonight was a monster moment, and not only for this network, and I thank you, David, and thank you, Ryan, for Ryan Nall staying on here for almost an hour and change.
Almost 95 minutes.
Almost 95 fucking minutes of his time.
And we'll be honest, Phil and I,
he didn't even know.
Yeah, we didn't want to disrespect Ryan at all.
Exactly.
Situation. You have these guys on and they want to have their moment, and we totally understand it. And then you bring in, it's hard to balance this because you have Ryan Nall on, you're having such a great time with him, and then you're bringing in David Montgomery, and obviously the focus is going to shift a little bit. But,
exactly.
It speaks to what Ryan mentioned when he said that George McCaskey is big on character, where they're going to base a lot on that, and you see that coming out. Like when I spoke on. I'm not a guy that's going to give Mitch a ton of love because I want to hold him accountable for, when he was here, there was good, there was bad, stuff like that. I gave Mitch the props for facing the music after the Atlanta game for getting benched.
Right.
But that speaks to who these guys are. It speaks to David Montgomery making a commitment to us, coming through, staying on, chopping it up. Ryan Nall. I mean, Phil and I have been big Ryan Nall fans here throughout, but I have a newfound respect for even him now. So, and this is the 100 crew. Like I said, go follow these guys on Twitter, tag us,
100 crew. You gotta do that. That's the one fucking thing you should be. I saw you say it. You're living in a world with one-time moments. Yeah. One time, as my Uncle Sam would say. One time. We got to get that drop.
Yeah.
One time, baby. One time. Saw you on the show, Hollywood Rye. You are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That positive energy. Big things at TTNL, but big things for the Bears. If you're not rooting for these guys, like I kept it on Front Street about JP Holtz. You think I'm going to turn it around? Have you heard me diss Ryan Nall ever? No. I know the character. I know the story. but he's not been given the opportunity. Now, I pushed on that. The fucking coach needs to understand the identity is 32. I said it right there with him.
Yeah.
And
I was glad to hear him too, Phil. I mean, you were speaking on that, and I asked him about Matt Nagy. I'm like, is there accountability in the locker room when you shoved that whole fucking spoon in there, man?
I gotta eat this my boy.
You went with the big boy scoop, but anyway.
Randy Peterson, he's probably watching. I'm doing the Randy Peterson.
You gotta eat that real quick.
Real quick. I could try.
But no, when I asked him if, is there accountability when a guy fucks up on tape?
That was a big moment for
Are they
me.
being called out? Yeah, no, it is. And it does. And he spoke and he backed up, honestly, what Matt Nagy said. Matt Nagy said they did make a shift because players came to them, and Ryan spoke to that. He's like, I've been here for a little bit, and this is the first year. Remember the good, bad, and the ugly on tape, and put it in. From what Nagy said, it wasn't just players. This was coaches and if the coaches fucked up, or if there was a play or whatever, or a personnel package that got sent out there and the coach fucked it up, they were being put on Front Street, and that was something a fundamental shift that they made this year. But no, man, I couldn't be more excited about the way that this unfolded tonight.
This show has no script.
Props to everyone. I mean,
Everybody.
Jackal, Claudio,
Jackal,
Cherie behind the scenes. I mean, everybody that is a part of TTNL, they all had not everybody knew exactly what was going on, but it's a testament to our entire team that we can pull stuff off like this to make
Berlissimo.
Absolutely. Everybody.
Freaking working the under routes. If Berlissimo is like a tight end working the under routes, getting guests. I always tell you guys, you have somebody that one fan asked me to get this a podcast guy, a coach on. Yeah, I'll bring him on. I'm all about that. But you guys want these players to come on and talk real. I mean, when he's talking about Riley Ridley and doubles back on him, it just goes to say what we've said on the tape. And I think it would be a disservice if we didn't say, okay, we've added Chris Jackal to the production team. You see his little AVI. He's proudly showing that shit off now everywhere. You see that. But, you got Cherie sitting in the back. Just going to let everybody know that we've added Cherie to the team, and what that's going to be is going to be a surprise. But tonight she's sitting in learning some of the background of production, of how to make this show and how it works. And believe me, when we introduce, did I put it out there? You want to be a part of this? Let me know. Some of you step up. Some of you think that I'm joking, but the reality of truth is we've added a couple people to the team to only make this show, this network, and everything better. Exactly. I've seen some people like Phil only speaks on Wednesdays because he doesn't want to, it's not about anything other than if I put it out there now on a Facebook post, then it's going to ruin the conversation. If for everybody that's checking in, and believe me, 345, 420, wherever it is on a Wednesday night, and we're live and people are going to be downloading this shit. Come on. It's the best. It's the best in the world. That's it. I know that. I'm surrounded by my good people, as my father would say.
What happens when you fucking eat with a shovel?
Exactly.
I got a little choked up there.
Stuck in your throat, Phil.
I got emotional there. That wasn't a choke. I followed my father's advice. It was Shayne and Steph who said we got to add Claudio, the moderator. Right? It was
what?
It was Shayne and me saying, let's add Jackal. I really think he'll be good in what we're going to announce. And obviously, the swag man, Alex Acevedo. Obviously, I agree with one of those chat. I don't know how we do it, though, Shayne. if we're going to use like David Montgomery and put him on a TTNL elite on Hollywood Rye, can we get away with that? Can we make him a silhouette?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. A TTNL t-shirt with them two on it. The running backs. We had finally got that 2-set backfield back. Matt Suey and Walter Payton back on the football field. Imagine.
Oh, look, the big guests leave, and so does Greg Bragg. See you, Greg. Thanks.
There's that $7.
Listen, if you're not a subscriber to the Tape Never Lies Network's All Access, the patron channel for $7 a month, tomorrow's the first of the month. You can purchase apparel. We'll throw that link, a banner up there, right there. Look at that. He's right on top. These guys, now I don't have to worry about it. And Shayne, when you see him looking down, we're adding production to the table for this show. And just talking about Greg Bragg's not supporting us with his $7 a month.
Guy doesn't even have a mortgage anymore.
He's living in his mom's basement.
If Barb was smart, she'd get him a fucking van and he'd move his ass down by the river.
How about this motherfucker here sharing our fucking patron version?
Oh yeah, thanks, Mike.
Mike Haw.
Phil and I were in overdrive trying to fucking call him. He was on. Poor guy was dealing with COVID.
Poor guy.
Phil texted me with COVID. And he's like, "Yeah." So Mike just shared
because we were
all access.
We had a meeting with all the well, not a meeting, but we said it on Sunday that with Berlicio and Draft Mob. You know what? Why don't we release this so people like whoever the fuck, Johnny Fuckface and Greg Braggs will understand what we're giving to the tape and the shows and the pop-up shows and everything like that. As you know, I'm not asking anybody like Rick Riggs to say the best $7 he's ever spent. I'm just saying supporting everything we do is being put back into the show to make it the best we possibly can and really get. We love you too, Greg. Greg's video actually was in.
And everybody send out their well wishes to Greg. He got drunk at work and fell off a ladder.
No, Greg's been dealing with a lot. So say honestly, say some prayers for my boy. I love that guy. I know Cars hates him, but everybody else loves Greg. Greg's still upset. He's still upset about Purdue basketball, but that's why I don't watch it anymore. But anyway, go over there. Best coverage on the planet. Also buy some swag like this t-shirt I'm rocking tonight and support the network. I want to shout out my boy, wish him a happy birthday. His brother, I just saw his name in there. Steven bought this for his brother for his birthday. My boy Phil, he's got the same name as me, Phil Froyland. Happy birthday, Phil. I love your name and I love the hoodie. I love that. Thank you for supporting us. How about this guy, Shayne? Adam Rank.
Yeah, Sandlin designed that hat with the flat brim.
When he comes back on, we're going to have the flat brim debate again.
Yeah, just don't tuck your ears in your hat.
Listen, I also, obviously, that's going to be at the end of the show. Barely. He's a spoiler alert.
He's got excellent get off. He's got excellent get off.
He's got excellent get off. I'll tell you that. He loves them all. Anyway, Shayne, monumental moment.
Yeah.
Huge.
Really a big show tonight. Obviously, we're not following the segmented shows tonight. There's no tweets or anything like that. There's just been a showcase of real talk with the real players on the real team. We don't talk about it. Be about it. If you're not like that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes. Simone's birthday is really 420?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man.
Someone buy him something off the
Smoke weed every day.
I think when we all meet up finally, we got to get to a state that's.
Well, it's going to be Connecticut soon.
I never got to this because there was no moment. I'm pissed. I gotta play it now.
Hey, my guys from Keep It 100, how you doing? Shayne,
Yes.
Phil, Claudio, nice talking to you again. Go to the Tape Never Lies Network, become a patron. That's very important, people out there. Now, Ryan Nall, what the hell? A great opportunity to ask you a question. But first of all, Ryan, a great opportunity for me to tell you, hang in there, brother. You have it in you. You're very talented. Your time will come. Keep working really hard. Your time will come. I have seen the tape. You've got it in you, believe me. So greetings from Mexico and from the thousands of fans that you have here in Mexico. And it's time for me to ask you a question. So Ryan, what do you think about teams playing 17 games this season? That's my question, guys. Become a patron, the Tape Never Lies Network. See you, Ryan. Bye-bye.
See, this is where our producer Claudio would have fucking been a great job there and played that. But
Yep. Did not know you even had that. So kind of hard to play.
Right there.
Sitting right there.
Yeah, well, we got the answer to his question. Anyway, when I asked
But I
him.
wanted to. Low key, I apologize. It's my fault. I'm keeping it 100. We're so involved with it. And then David came on, and I was about to play it when he pops on the thing, and Shayne asked the question, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
So
you asked a really good question too, right when David came on about what his thoughts were about his head coach and his offensive coordinator, and then David pops on. And I'm like,
exactly.
I'm writing it down what you were asking, and I was like, that's a really good question. And then I was like, oh shit, there's David Montgomery. And the next thing you know, all hell breaks loose. So
it was startling because I heard that we get a little ping in our ears, and I looked down and I'm like, oh shit, that's Monty's here. That
you guys thought I was bullshitting you, but I was not.
No,
I don't lie. But it was a moment for me too, because I really believe in that guy, and I believe in Loki. I appreciate you doing that again. I apologize.
We got to get Loki a updated Bears helmet. That looked like it was from 1978. I have an old one like that too. That's the only reason I'm saying that.
Yeah, happy birthday to Mrs. Loki today. So shout her
Oh,
out.
nice. Yeah, happy birthday.
How about this, Shayne? Are you ready to do a little manscaping? Use promo code Shy City.
Absolutely. Let me.
Or is it KI100? Where is it? There it is.
You got it.
Yeah.
Get 20% off Manscaped plus free shipping. And he pulled it down when I'm reading it. I don't know who did it. Free shipping with promo code KI100 at manscaped.com. Are you going to get Manscaped? I know Angelo did. He's all over it. Great show. Go over there. Put in that code KI. It's not 1. It's not 1100. It's KI 100.
Keepin
it KI
It
100.
won't.
Get them. The more you do, the more you sell, the more it helps the network.
Then
Shout
it
out
works,
my boy
man.
Michael Tran. Guy has an egg roll truck in Iowa, Tooch. Got to support this guy's egg roll truck.
Damn, that sounds good.
Yeah, he
No,
makes
see-
all different types of egg rolls.
It's not an at-home vasectomy. They have this crazy
it's not.
guard on there.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
Changes your life.
Yeah. it
Ask
does.
my wife. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
that could be the lyric.
I'll find out one day.
We're actually making an original song. Me and
We're
C-
trying, Claude.
It's okay.
Claude,
I'm waiting for an answer back.
Claude needs his back.
Claude's got more razors than fucking anybody.
Exactly. I
Goddamn barber.
got enough.
Actually, you're gonna do a live display on Angelo
On
Really?
Angelo.
from your barber shop.
Model.
Shaving. Exactly.
Yeah.
Model.
He wants the full Brazilian with the.
Well,
he
good
wants
thing
to
I'm
be
Italian,
manscaped.
so I don't
think-
do Brazilian.
Angelo stepped up, so he's going to return at some point in April. That's what I'll tell you, because I know Angelo's. I saw Rel Ramey talk about this.
Angelo Marino from Wallingford, Connecticut.
There he is. He'll be
Yeah.
back with a special challenge
Yep.
Shayne has given him.
Oh,
I don't want to spoil it.
You think tonight was good?
You think
tonight was good? You guys just wait
till Angelo returns. That
the
is gonna be-
return of Angelo.
And it's not saying that he's going to be on every show. He's going to make a return appearance, and then we're going to suspend him again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're a patron, you don't share like Michael the patron stuff to public. That's my word of advice for you guys. But do us a favor, though. Seriously, go over there, buy some swag. Alex Acevedo, Chris Anlin, Heather working hard on the swag.
Red Hat, yes, I realized it was a joke. I didn't think that you were really saying it was an at-home vasectomy kit. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that.
Oh, my God. What a show. I think we've said it all. Let's get to our last segment of the night. Obviously, 2 guests back-to-back weeks. It's been crazy. This Saturday, me and my father are going to be breaking down Damian Williams on X's with the O's, and we'll be breaking down Angelo. What's his last name?
Blackson.
Blackson.
You can't just say Angelo on this.
No, I know. We got 2 Angelos now.
Yeah.
It is like irony here that we got an Angelo, and now we have an Angelo on the football team. When's the last time you saw an Angelo in the NFL? I have. Yeah. Look at Cool Kennedy. Yes. He's bought it too. And Christian Jones. And we're going to take a look at Christian Jones coming back to the Bears.
Big Cheese.
Big Cheese has come back. I'm not used to players coming back. When was the last player?
Do you remember that draft, Phil, when I was screaming?
Oh, my God. We both were.
Yeah, for Christian Jones.
Christian Jones. We loved him out of Florida.
So much talent. And they did him no service at Florida State. They moved him. I mean, this dude played fullback in college. They played him all over the place, and got to let him. I mean, he's not a game-breaking linebacker, but he's an important depth piece on any team. So I was glad to see them bring him back.
He's got excellent get off.
Thanks, Brian.
He's got great get off.
Thanks,
if you guys have any guess,
plays are nice. They're good. We need more of those.
I was tempted to play it too, Claudio, when Shayne talked about the 80-yard run.
Yeah,
I was tempted. Big plays are nice.
I was on it. I'm like,
I did make them laugh, though. That's the key.
Yeah.
Well, the shoe, when you brought up the shoe salesman,
I almost hit B shoe.
I was going to put it on.
Feels like, who's the shoe salesman? I'm like, oh, you mean these guys head coach? Is that your head coach? Is that what you mean, Phil?
Imagine if we dropped this on them. What would they have done? No, you can't do that stuff.
No.
Come on.
But the funny thing is, we all
if I ever put this super bad, you guys knew.
Oh yeah.
If I put that or B shoe up there, that was
the one I had.
That would have made that get in trouble.
Yeah.
He loves Matt. They love Matt Nagy.
They do.
That's
I was
good.
surprised.
You know what we learned tonight? That he is really learning on the job.
Yeah.
That is the reality. Because Nall saying, well, this is the first year he did it, confirmed that.
Yeah.
And I really like that. That confirmed that. You know what I'm saying? So it really checked a lot of boxes. And then David Montgomery guys, he just trust me. The guy tonight is just humble and determined, but he really is elite. I love you guys, 100 crew. Oh, you had something to say?
Footwork King sent me a DM. It was so funny while David was on.
Really?
I think
he was sitting right next to him.
Sent me some. Just can you do that again real quick? Got it. It's
Yeah.
okay. Anyways, timestamp that.
We got it. I got it.
But he DM'd me. He DM'd me some new clips, and I'm like, "Hey, we're on with Demo right now." And he's like, "Oh, not yet." So, I said, man, this came together. Steven Johnson he's like, you should have gave us a heads up. I'm like, bro, we didn't even know if it was going to come together.
It wasn't verified.
We knew it was a possibility, but we didn't want to. We didn't want
to ruin it.
Put it out there and say, hey, Demo might be coming on, but then it doesn't show up, and then that
exactly. Makes...
Not going to Tommy Harris us.
Tommy might be coming on. My boy T. Nick, a.k.a. Brian McKnight. He's
I'm not.
on that.
Where is the bullets? I'm actually not even drinking. I'm drinking water. I got my friggin'.
He got his COVID.
I got my
shot.
vaccine. I feel like I haven't slept in 3 weeks.
Real quick. That vaccine, trust me, is a
the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
I had the other one. What is it?
Moderna.
Moderna. Thank you. I got the Moderna.
Did you get the 2? You just got the first.
No,
one.
I'm going April 13th to get my second shot.
I got the one shot today, and Phil knows I have a crazy schedule anyway, but I feel like I have not slept at all.
Yeah, I know you're tired. We're gonna wrap up next week, though. We have Matt Waldman.
Yeah, and announce it this way too, Phil, because April starts obviously here tomorrow in another hour, and TTNL as a network, we're going to move away from the roster of the Chicago Bears. We're steamrolling full steam ahead with draft this entire month, because it's coming fast, man. Another timestamp for you, Jackal. But yeah, we're gonna
2:30, 5:40.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it hot and heavy with draft talk all day, every day. Don't forget, to the patrons, there will be no Draft Mob show this Sunday, Easter Sunday. But if Phil and I happen to be around, maybe we will surprise some people at some point. We're not going to make any promises for a couple minutes and just talk some football if anything happens to drop. But in terms of where we're going this month, it's going to be very, very draft driven, literally, with everything that we do. And for us to kick off our draft coverage on this show, there's few that do it better than Matt Waldman. I subscribe to his services, and this guy has a super deep voice, and you listen to him talk about the draft. I mean, he is so detailed with what he does. He is great at what he does. And I know Bearlissimo, I think he actually bounced from the chat to get some sleep, but I know he's a big fan of him too. So please don't miss next week's show talking to Matt Waldman.
Waldman.
Yeah, if you want to
follow him on Twitter, great draft analyst.
If you want to learn about the draft, man, be here next week, because he is great.
Absolutely. The Bears have 17 games. I have a different look on McCaskey, but I'll save it for next week. You guys tonight have had an amazing journey on the Best Bears show, and I don't call it a podcast because it's not just a podcast. It's a show, and there's bells, whistles, and drops, and video, and highlights, and intros. People could try to imitate, but they can't be.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Exactly. Nice drop. So the reality is, I'm excited about April leading up to the draft. Obviously, you know how Shayne and I feel about Mac Jones. We're going to be breaking down all these quarterbacks. We're going to take a real good look at the quarterback Davis Mills from Stanford on Draft Mob. That's going to be coming up. And obviously, next week, we got Waldman breaking down the draft with us. This weekend, me and my father, I've said it all. You could check this show out on the podcast version as well. It's on every podcast streaming. And Steven and Shy City do a great job supporting us as human beings and as the great creators of content that we are. Don't just talk about it, be about it. So next week, though, I have a surprise announcement. Cool Kennedy will come on and make his return as we premiere the Blog Boy song, the original Blog Boy song with a video. If you follow me on Instagram or my stories, you got a tiny little Easter egg in there. That's my little cue. So yeah, that next week, Cool Kennedy after, obviously. You're going to love, if you love this show and this network and you're 100 crew and you're buying swag, you're going to want to hear this song. It's going to be exciting. And then we're going to make a lot of announcements. Why is Cherie producing? Maybe we're going to tell you next week. I don't know. It is April 1st, technically almost. Anyway, let's get it. Shout outs, Claudio. Spencer Strong.
Shout out Take Never Lies. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. We gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. We gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
the network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this policy the show is at its end, but for me it's so important to thank the charter members and the fans. Built the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth, no narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Audio Shayne getting nervous cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say that get the shot of vital. But hurry up cause the postman's getting homicidal.
Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. We gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. We gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. Spencer Strong.
Fuck Claudio. That's what that says.
He was smiling at the end. I was watching it.
Chris Jackal, the producer. We brought you on the show by surprise.
Yes,
all
you
we
did.
see is those daisy eyes. So
Daisy or glazy?
You know what we have to say
Glazy
about that,
dude.
Jackal, right? Bye.
Hey.
What's up, Jackal? What's your thoughts here?
Oh, there she
Who's
is.
that?
My thoughts are
Cherie.
hello.
There
Said
she
it right.
is.
Cherie.
Cherie.
Mrs. Trebek.
I wrote out my shout outs tonight. I'm prepared. I got 22 shout outs from now on moving forward.
All right, great. Anyways, so this is how we're going to wrap up the show.
Well done. Well done. Not how I like my steak. My wife gets it medium well. A steak. Anybody in that
nobody's
department?
Yeah.
No.
Nah,
We should ask Angelo because he eats out what 27 times a week.
I go, you're killing the steak. Just put it medium and enjoy it.
Yeah, he lives the same way.
Yeah,
I'll do like
drives
the
me
perfect.
insane.
I have the Traeger grill that I absolutely love, and I'll do a kick-ass steak on there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll get inside and be like, "Damn, this is fire!" And then I look over here. She is walking hers over to the microwave to nuke it for. I'm like, "What are you doing? What
Can
are
you put
you
this
doing?"
back on?
I've also never been an A1 sauce guy.
No, me either.
Never.
Totally agree.
Well,
You go without it.
now we got to go with Cherie first. 'Cause I didn't know you were bringing her on. Are you upset that he brought you on? Keep it on.
No.
Okay. I didn't,
She's part of the crew.
she's part of the network now.
Yeah.
Next
She
week,
wants
I'm
to
going to
rub it in.
announce
She wants to rub it in 499's face. She was on the demo
I'm
show.
feeling that show. I'm looking on with Bernard.
So, Cherie, show them what happened when you looked down and you saw Demo in the green room. You gotta recreate that.
I thought I could because that was a genuine reaction.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Funny.
I saw your reaction.
I wasn't expecting like the way he popped up because I was like writing down kind of timestamps of stuff that I want to catch. Yeah. And when I looked up and I saw him, that's why my eyes got big. He right. I like instinctively I go to adjust my hair and
yeah, she did. I don't think so. She's like
oh, Cherie, you're the best. I didn't want to do it like this and announce you on the network. I had a bigger plan, but we don't have any script.
A big plan. I'm just right now. I'm just learning production.
We can do the big unveil. We have more news with Cherie.
Oh yeah, we do. But I'm so proud to have you on the network. Seriously,
I'm excited.
Yeah. It's an exciting time. Adding great pieces, signing great free agents. Hopefully Ryan Pace is doing the same. But do you have any shout outs tonight, Cherie?
Of course. Well, first and foremost, to you guys for even thinking to bring me into the network and, giving me this opportunity to learn and grow with you all. Because, I'm down for whatever with y'all. So, well, God, y'all gonna time step that.
Yeah, that's
Well, I got y'all back. I'm here to support in whatever way I can. I am happy that I can contribute to the network and to help you guys out, especially with trying to manage everything. So just first and foremost, thank you guys for believing in me and bringing me into the network family. And then I'm a member of the family, but now I'm officially I got to add that to my Twitter profile now.
Right. You are. It's official. You are.
I could look at it, but I was suspended on Twitter. But you know how that goes.
That's true.
Any other shout outs?
Yeah, Jackal, I've been texting him back and forth tonight, like asking questions about different stuff, and he's been supporting me, so I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. I'm not shouting out Stanley because,
Right, fuck that guy.
That's not
$4.99.
Claudio, you cool people. And just personally, my mom, of course, I'll have her watch the show because she wants to see Phil, so.
Hi, Mom.
So I'll have her watch the show. Shout out to my mom. And, the 100 crew, the people in the chat room that's always on and popping and supporting. Logan, Avon, Acevedo, he's part of us too.
Acevedo, yeah.
Rail, Josh, all the people in the chat room,
Is it different behind the scenes for you?
It is.
Yeah,
it's really different because it's so much going on, and trying to see all the different options. Like I was just reading all the options and stuff. So
you don't realize until you see it, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. So I'm just taking it in tonight. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job. I'm glad you're experiencing it. You're a tremendous asset, and I'm not just saying that because you're here now. Really looking forward to telling everybody what we have planned and all the things that we have in store for them, including with you involved. So,
what?
Good stuff. How about you, Mr. Jackal? We skipped over you. But
look at my hands are up here. I'm not even going to play it. I'm not even going to play it.
Shayne. It's going to be Claudio this time. No, I'm going to keep it simple, guys. I just an amazing show tonight. I got to give a shout out to the team, Shayne and Phil for putting in all the hard work, and everybody, behind the scenes doing what we do to try to keep it moving. But the testament is what was on the airwaves today. This was an amazing show. I think today, March 31st, 2021, is going to pretty much, stand the test of time. This is an amazing show. And to be front row and center, it was pretty dope. So I appreciate it and looking forward to what we got coming out, down the road.
Good. Well said, man. Well said. Truly. Claudio.
Yes, I got to shout out Cherie, meeting you for the first time. Got your name wrong, but now I got it right. So
there you go.
Awesome to have you on the team, Jackal, everybody. And then I got a couple people from the chat. Bon Groovy 773, Red Hot Duck, John Necrone, our boy. James Foster, and of course Ryan Nall. Monty. Come on. That was just ridiculous for him to come on and take the time out. It was just amazing. I'm still in shock. I'm still that should just happen. So that's it. And then my wife and girls, of course, shout out to them. So
Beautiful. Shayne?
Yeah, I want to shout out everybody in the TTNL crew that works behind the scenes, everybody in their own way, just doing different things. I don't want to just name people and, forget somebody. It's everybody. It's the team that, Phil and I have talked about really for a long time. We got some new people coming on. We'll make some announcements with that.
Some more
obviously.
announcements.
Yep. But everybody that contributes to this show, the guys over at Shy City, there's no alpha and omega here. We're not a bunch of pretentious, roided out fuckheads. We work here as a team.
Really think.
Yeah, we put out a great show, great content each and every week. So the TTNL team, thank you. When we started out on this, Phil and I did, when we made our move, we knew that you can be a good quarterback, but if you don't have the offensive line to block for you and the wide receivers to make some plays downfield and the running backs to take some pressure off of you, you're not going to win games. And we couldn't do what we do without the 100 crew, without our network team around us. So thank you. And I know I'm going to step on Phil's toes here a little bit with where he'll go with some of his portion of his shout outs, but again, Spencer Strong, today's Ryan Cox's birthday.
Yes.
Huge part of what we do and what we believe in here at this network. Today's Ryan's birthday. I know everybody's been using the hashtag Spencer Strong. Keep it going. I texted Ryan a little bit privately here this morning, just everything that they're going through with Spencer and the medical stuff that's going to be coming up. We'll have some announcements on that too and share it with everybody here in due time. But just wanted him to, get away from everything and just hopefully take a deep breath and just get a couple minutes of normalcy on his birthday, with his beautiful family, and shout him out a little bit because, he's not involved with us in the day-to-day behind the scenes workings of the show, but he's really, really a big part of what we do and somebody that we as a team talk to every day, Phil and I especially. And just it's important for everybody to know that Ryan Cox is a huge part of this network, even though you may not see him on air or see him behind the scenes. He's the definition of, what I want to be as a man and as a father and what he's dealing with. It's just, it's hard to even talk about somebody having to go through with and deal with what they're dealing with. It says so much about his entire family, his beautiful wife, his kids. And like I said, Spencer, 2 years old, and that kid's a fucking warrior. Absolutely what he's dealt with in his short time here on this earth. It's an amazing story, and us as 100 crew and as TTNL, we're always there, and power of positivity. We've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I believe in that. You put some positive thoughts out in there, and you can change the world. You really, really can. And just keep those positive thoughts going to the Cox family. Hashtag Spencer Strong. Keep it rolling on social media. Even if you post a picture of something that doesn't have to do with us at all, hashtag that Spencer Strong, and let's keep that movement going. So thank you.
Well said, man. I said to you, I'm going to do 22 shout outs every week. That's how I'm going to do this moving forward, because the chat room was rocking. Without you, the 100 crew, there is no show. And really, the hard work and everything we talk about and everything is like David Montgomery. you know, when it comes to a show, you're in my brain of how I want the creativity. And Cherie and Jackal and others got to witness a meeting where I got to have this open a certain way, and we got to set the tone for the show because it's about this family. It's about Spencer Strong. It's about Antoine Lee and Alberto Valdez, people that are dealing with things that we don't even know. You know, whoever, John McNabb, and he's dealing with something, and the next guy's dealing with COVID, Mike Hall. You know, we have forgiveness and compassion. There's no doubt about that because it is a family. So I don't think I could say any more, but happy birthday to Ryan Cox. And no, as a father, I can't even imagine the turmoil and the trials that internally you're doing, not only as a parent, but in a marriage, and how that could take a toll on everything. So your help, and believe me, we're setting up something real truthful in regards to everybody, helping out in a way that's never been done. And it's not for shits and fucking giggles. It's the reality of really helping. So that's our goal here. And I know we could do that because we have some of the most, I mean, Kenneth Davis wrote me the next day. He's like, holy motherfucking shit. Your fans are real, bro. Real. And that's the testament to you guys. I can't thank you enough. Even you fucking trolls. Thank you. You're watching it. You're critical of it. Good. You make me better. You make Shayne better. The reality. Thanks for watching. You fucking fast forward it if you don't like it. On my shout outs, I got to say this. David Montgomery. There's Ryan Cox and Spencer right there. Family right there.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, guys. At the end of the day, I go to bed at night thinking about them. I think about my boy Big O, the first patron ever, believing in us before we even opened up the fucking subscription. He's in there. I think about that. I really do. I think about this guy. Ryan Cox is the guy that keeps me posted on Twitter.
Yeah.
So if something happens, Ryan copies it. You'll see all my news breaks or whatever. It's Ryan Cox's tweet that I screenshot because he texted me and I share it. That's how great this guy is. God bless you, Ryan. God, you had to put that up there and get me emotional now.
Yeah, dude, that was, yeah.
Jesus. I love you, Ryan, from the bottom of my heart. Seriously.
Yeah, we all do.
And those guys that reach out to me and tell me your fucking story, I go out of my way for it. Anyway, Phil Froyland, you saw him wearing the draft. Happy birthday. Huge fan. His brother Steven and Phil, they count for one. Okay. I'm doing the 1A and B there, Shayne. But they reached out. They're patrons. They support this network in Cali and go out of their way. When you do that, all I say, what the fuck does it take to share? Like, why can't you just share? What is the turmoil there? Fuck troll boy Steve. What's that dude's name? Justin, some crazy ass dude. I've never changing my words. Great narrative. It's crazy how I guess you've made it when you have that kind of troll real quick. I really believe it. Dustin Combs, shouting you out. Alec Baldwin. That's his real name, guys. He's not the actor, but he did something so kind. He went out of his way, knowing Tate loves David Montgomery like he does. It's not an act. The kid loves him. And he sent Tate these cards of David Montgomery, and one of his jerseys was cut into the card. It was amazing. So Tate is so happy. You should have saw his face. I want to thank you, Alec, for sending those to my family. That meant a lot to us. HL Priest, I don't know if he was in the show tonight, but always I see him always sharing and supporting. Serg Orts, my boy on the West Coast as well. Always sharing and supporting. Edwin Lopez. This guy shared with me some personal stuff. We got to get him on the show. He's a former military, served, and really has shared what this show means to him. I think TTNL family have to hear his story someday. Nicholas Cruz. I see you guys out there sharing it, and nobody shares it bigger, better, and every time than this next guy. His name is Sergio Saucedo Jr. Every morning, he's sharing something from the TTNL family, liking it, going to other pages and liking it, telling people to subscribe, telling people. That means a lot. I notice those guys that do the extra. Josh Hunsley, Jeremy Foyer, same with you, Jeremy. Always, you might not be able to catch us live, but you do it. Julius Larry, new patron, great dude, reached out to me, told me his story, how he's followed us, loves us. God bless you. Chad Angle's daughter's birthday shout out, Abigail. Happy birthday, Abigail. Daddy's letting you stay up late. I hope she's of age to hear me cussing in front of her. I don't want Cherie's mom getting mad at me for that. Happy birthday, Abigail. You are a part of the 100 crew. Heidi from Mexico, Grady McCrae, Mac Diller, Shondell Toms, my boy, Bryce Miller. Same thing with Bryce, always sharing. Chris Price, same thing with Chris Price. How about this guy, Shayne? Maybe was the star of last week's show. Larry motherfucking Funkster Jones. Larry Jones sharing, showing so much pride.
How about his martial arts moves?
Oh my, I just learned about this. Dude. He's doing a full split like Jean Van Damme.
Like, this dude gets cooler every fucking day.
Let me show you. Put Larry up there.
You got to keep it 100.
Yes.
The Tape Never Lies Network. The Tape Never Lies Network. Draft Dr. Phil and Shayne, the smartest man. They keep it 100 and they bring it to you. Right here on social media. The best Chicago Bears show going. With Bears coverage, Bears film work, Bear interviews. I mean, free agent frenzy coverage. The draft coverage coming up pretty soon. The Tape Never Lies Network is the place to be. Become a member of Patreon for $7 a month. You'll get more info, more film studies. Tape Never Lies. Breakdown of players. Oh, it's on and cracking. The Tape Never Lies Network. Grab Dr. Phil and Shayne, the smartest man. And I want to tell you something. I love these two brothers. But don't tell them I said that. Keep it 100. The tape.
You're now in tune with the Tape Never Lies Network.
Oh, yeah. Biggest compliment you get is when someone's like, I can't stop singing that motherfucking song. And we're just going to continue to build our brand with original music that you're going to be able to download. All of that we're going to announce next week with our world premiere of the motherfucking Blog Boy song. It is going to be fire. And I'm going to produce the video to it. So me and CK, and I got a last shout out to my wife who puts up with all of this. I'm constantly editing and doing things, and she supports me and does everything for me. I can't thank her enough for believing in Shayne and me and the direction of where we're going. Much like Cherie, you'll see, Phil, this is going to be the best thing that's ever happened. And she was right. And truly, from bringing in Cool Kennedy to Claudio, Jackal, the family is continuing to grow. We got some big announcements next week with some other people we're adding and maybe a new show.
What?
I don't know. It's going to be off the chain. This week, though, I don't know. Every week, Jackal, we seem to like try to top the last week off, right?
Yeah. To the moon.
to the moon, Alice.
Two things I taught my son and all my children. You always surround yourself with good people, and the tape never lies.
That's right, Dad.
Well said.
That's right, Dad. And that's really how we got to wrap this up. God bless everybody. Appreciate you. Next week, same time, same channel here on the Tape Never Lies Network. Join us this weekend, and please go become a fucking patron. You're going to be surprised at how much you're getting there. God bless and good night.
This has been a Shy City Sports presentation and a Tape Never Lies Network production. Keeping it 100. Thanks for tuning in to the Tape Never Lies Network.